right, this is actually Impossible Coin. We're not a Morbius fan cast.
Yeah, fuck Morbius.
I'm actually Brian Cartwright. That's actually Tegan Somerset. But that's still Rocky Morby. He can't fucking...
Fuck you! It's not my fucking name.
What? That gets a fuck you, Rocky? That's hurtful.
Yeah, that gets a fuck you.
That's hurtful.
I have my own thing with my name, but I get to hate my name, though. People can't take it from me. That's the deal.
But Rocky, I'm not hating your name. I'm celebrating it.
I don't know about all that. That's not the celebration I ever heard of.
We're talking about how E3 really feels like it's been dead for a while.
Okay.
So when we think about like the major players in the game industry, for years, all caps years, Nintendo has not been putting on a presentation for the general public or the press at E3, right? Actually, technically, Activision was the first one out the door. Just Activision didn't replace their E3 press event with anything. They said, fuck it, we don't need to have an E3 press event.
They were right.
Yeah, and then Nintendo followed suit, placed it with like a pre-recorded video message, which ended up going over really, really well. But like, can you imagine if they had tried to launch the Nintendo Direct with the current slate of personalities that they have for these video presentations?
I mean, I feel like they would have tried to find someone else. I get what you're saying. It would be
Yeah.
But like, you know, I feel like they're starting from scratch as opposed to trying to keep something rolling.
Right.
It's a different animal.
Big Reggie Fils-Aimé and Iwata have like just like ooze charisma, and you're just like, I love these men. That guy used to sell pizza. You know, it's one of those things. And then now it's just like, all right, great. Please convey the marketing data I'm interested in. You know?
We need another charismatic being in front of the camera.
Right. And so, like, gradually, major players in the games industry pulled back from E3. EA pulls out and then sets up an event on the other side of town. Like, while there still isn't, they're like, hey, EA State of Play is before E3 and on the other side of town. And then you've got Microsoft, which maintains a presence on the show floor, but again, pulls its presentation out of E3 proper and like has it at the Microsoft Theater. So like, again, they're not taking space from the ESA and they're scheduling it on their own time. Bethesda, you know, before the buyout of Bethesda did the same thing. Like, Bethesda's like, come check out our presentation at a theater we've rented on a day that we've chosen. So like, more and more major studios were like pulling away from E3 as like the place to do their presentation, even before E3 was like formally on life support. Like, Sony like pulled out altogether and didn't necessarily like reschedule a central tentpole event like around the same time, like kind of going with like the Activision strategy of like, fuck it, who needs June, right? You know, like, we can talk to these people whenever we want. Why do we put it in June? Because air quote video game Christmas is built around the idea that you need to get data to print journalists so that way they can have stuff ready for articles in September. What the fuck? You know?
And also, like, part of the reason I think it was in June is because it's 6 months until Christmas, so you have 6 months to prepare.
Yeah.
Which is meaningful when the people that you need to get it in front of are retailers trying to decide what to put on their shelves.
Yeah, exactly. When it's, like, key marketing, like, stuff that's going to influence your sales directly and not just, like, how do we tell the people this is coming?
Right,
sort of thing.
right. So, like, when it's, like, Bob of Bob's Big Toy Barn and, like, old-timey video gamey magazine, then you need to have it in fucking June. But, like, there are increasingly less meaningful physical retail spots where, like, somebody's showing up as a buyer to make those kind of decisions. And nobody gets their video game news from print media anymore. So, like, June is just, like, kind of arbitrary and weird now. It's the only major publisher who people seem to recognize as a major publisher who was like pinned down to this period of time was like Ubisoft, who's like, bonjour, bonsoir, here's our slate of games which have endless microtransactions. Like, Embracer had started doing like an E3 presser like last year, like under their various different identities. And like Devolver has been doing one now for a while, but like Devolver doesn't pay anybody. They just put out a fucking video like Nintendo does. So, like, E3 has kind of become this, like, weird place where you see presentations from, like, mid-sized publishers and, I guess, Verizon sometimes? Last year in television, shot their shot and bought a slot from the ESA. So that was certainly part of it. But, like, it feels like it's been dead a while. Like, where doctors in an OR going, like, all right, call it, time of death. When people say time of death in an OR, like, the person's usually been dead for a couple seconds, right? Like, they don't
minutes.
Yeah, they don't spontaneously say it at the moment they actually die. When you call it, it's been a minute. I mean, how do y'all feel about this?
Well, I mean, I was mostly referring to the fact that E3's literally dead. Like, they're not doing a digital or in-person showcase this year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't know. E3's been in decline because it doesn't fill a niche anymore. It kind of just seemed like an exercise that we were used to doing, as opposed to something that served any real purpose. So, it declining is not a surprise to me.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, like, people who work in the games industry like to get together, do business, shake hands, get drunk, and fuck, but, like, that's not for us. We're not doing deals. We're not getting wasted in downtown LA, and we're not doing convention sex. So all of those bullet points for the continued existence of E3 are not relevant to us. Also, apparently there's like a steamed buns truck, which people are really sad that they don't get to eat it anymore. It would also show up outside the convention center.
I'm sure the steam bun truck will miss them as well.
Yeah. Apparently the line for that steam bun truck was like a real deal.
I'm sure the steam bun truck will find a new home outside of Anime Expo.
Yeah, true enough.
But the only thing that I can think of as a person not at E3 that I was getting out of E3, which does not seem to have been replicated, is the thing that, like, Giant Bomb did at E3, which was doing interviews after hours after the show floor closed, where Jeff Gerstmann was holding court, and that really only worked because, like, Jeff Gerstmann is, like, this elder statesman of games journalism. You don't get to just, like, make new Jeff Gerstmanns. And he was the kind of guy who could just pull up and have a couch, and then Phil Spencer would sit on that couch for an hour, just answering whatever question Gerstmann threw at him and no commenting anything. That was the couch where we got, like, the absolute hijinks of Dave Lang and John Vignacchi. We don't seem to have, like, a thing that, like, recreates that. Like, that kind of, like, unfettered, real deal after hours access to the games industry, because there is no event where everybody gathers in one city like that now. Because, like, it certainly doesn't happen for the PAX expos. Like, a lot of times people skip PAX. So, I don't know. But that's it. That's fucking it. Jeff Gerstmann's couch is the only thing I feel like we're missing from E3.
How much would you pay for Jeff Gerstmann's couch?
You mean, like, as a consumer? Like, if there was a thing that, like, gave me access to, like, that, because, like, oh my god, it's a ton of... I mean, they would stream for, like, 6.5 hours a day for, like, generally the evening before the show opens, and then all 3 days of the show. So that's, like, what? Like, about 24 hours of content?
Yeah.
But it's, like, it's really premium 24 hours of content. Oh, I don't know. Like, I personally would be willing to shell out, like $100.
That's
treat
serious.
Treat it like a pay-per-view, like a really serious pay-per-view. But I also know that I'm at the high end of that, but I'm willing to bet that there are people who'd be willing to pay some, right?
Sure.
And if you were to try and, like, hunt down a number and be like, okay, what are people willing to pay? Plus, I know that, like, streaming services out there are starved for premium content that, like, niche communities get excited for. I'm sure that, like, somebody out there could...
The first streaming service to offer the streams of Hatsune Miku's live shows will be rolling in it.
Well, yeah. That makes sense.
Let's say that.
Right. But like
those rates seem like really pricey, though. Jesus.
if like HBO Max put Jeff Gerstmann and a couch on their service 4 days a year, there are definitely people who would at least pop for HBO Max for 1 month.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It has become a long-standing, time-honored tradition of E3, and the only one that seems to still matter because Jeff Keighley is here to consume the remnants of E3's soul.
Well, that was his deal. It was give me E3 or I'm going to eat it. So, one didn't happen, so now we get the other, I guess.
Is he the Borg? Is he Shang Tsung?
I don't know if he's turning into E3. I mean...
He's cannibalizing E3.
Right.
Like,
so closer to the Borg, I think.
and also making a second E3 that's not E3 and happens in the winter.
Man.
At least that one's only 1 day long.
God, but it's so bad.
It's a fucking shit show.
Yeah. I'm glad that the video game industry now has its own Oscars that we can bitch about.
I still have improvements for the video game Oscars, and I think we could turn it into a 2-day affair.
No!
If anyone is interested in doing that, where we do all of these are the winners, like this is the actual award show. Tune in tomorrow where we show what our award winners are doing next. And then we show all the fucking advertisements and we have Winter E3.
No, it's
like,
just...
I think that'd be fine.
I still think it's really funny, because, everyone pays attention to the Oscars, right? But, like, everyone that, like, cares about the Oscars hates the Oscars. And, like, same thing with the Tonys. Same thing with the Grammys. And now we just get one of those.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish we could have just skipped it, right? Like, we could have decided, hey, let's not do a bullshit award show that everyone in the industry already hates. What?
What's funny is that for every one of those shows, Rocky, be it the Emmys, be it the Grammys, be it the Oscars.
I forgot about the Emmys. Fuck me.
The feedback for the people who care about those shows is always universally the fucking same, regardless of the industry, which is that these should be a celebration of the craft of the industry. Please spend more time letting winners talk and, like, celebrating the work that goes into this. Like, I do not need a world premiere, One of my favorite moments from the video game awards is when they give out their Lifetime Achievement Awards. Because it's one of the few times that they actually just let somebody fucking get up there and talk. And the rest of the time, it's like, okay, now we're going to go to this studio you've never heard of that is, like, staffed by devs from this company you have heard of that are making a game that looks remarkably like a thing they used to do at the other studio. And we're going to say world premiere when we show the footage, and then we're going to come back to it. And then Jeff Keighley's going to go like, hey, guys, just to let you know, while you were watching that trailer for that 4-on-1 asymmetrical shooter, which has crafting and building in it, we just happened to give away the award for best sound. So anyway, guys, like, and it's always that. Like, the video game awards are fucking famous for, like, we're not actually going to give away awards on this award show. Because the awards would take away time from the commercials. And, like, I also care about the Oscars, and so I watched the Oscars this year, and with the Oscars, they took, like, 8 awards that they, like, hand-waved and called, like, technical. They're like, oh, nobody cares about these technical awards. And they, like, gave those away on a pre-show before the Oscars themselves. And I'm like, why would you do that? Do we need to just make more time to lower Amy Schumer dressed as Spider-Man from the ceiling? Which is a thing they did. That was a thing they made room for.
Well, I'm glad I didn't see it, and I'm not going to Google it because I think I love myself a little too much, but, like, that's good to know. Yeah. I guess it's not good to know. Well, again, I wish I didn't know that, but all right, Amy Schumer, just Spider-Man, whatever.
Yeah, or you bring out, like, Chris Rock to talk some shit. We see how that turned out,
Yeah, well, Chris Rock is gonna talk shit. He's been doing it for, like, 30 years. But he has a terrible life, so I don't care. So, whatever. He does. Look him up. I dare you to read, like, Just read his Wikipedia entry, and he's like, dog, really? Like, you live like this?
Yeah, so why do the fucking video game awards have to suck?
Oh, because all award shows suck, Brian! That's what I'm saying, personally.
When I become head of the E3,
Okay.
when I become in charge of the E3, I'm going to make an award show that so totally doesn't suck for people who are actually interested in video games and their development processes that I will also be unstoppable.
Okay, hold on. Let me take a step back real quick. I did say, you all heard me, that all award shows suck.
We did.
And it's because they're designed to speak to a public that doesn't care about the media.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like, the Oscars aren't made to talk to people who care about movies. They're made to talk to everybody else who already doesn't care about movies.
Yep.
And all that does is piss off the people that care about movies, right? The Game Awards aren't meant to, like, celebrate video games because they're not talking to people who play video games. They're talking to everyone else to let you guys know, hey, maybe you should try a video game. And it's an entirely different conversation. So, like, the best way to do it, to make, like, a award show that, like, people will care about, is to make it for those people that are already watching and don't bother telling anyone else about it. And that's a weird incentive for, like, anyone who's making an award show, obviously, because you want to publicize it, you want people to watch it, you want people to buy into the space to grow the medium, but, like, if those are your prerogatives, you're going to end up making something that is a disservice to the medium itself.
Oh, God, yes.
That's all it
Yes.
is. And, like, that's fine, but, like, all these award shows, like, they're not meant for the people who care about the medium. And, like, if you want to make one for those that do, then, like, you're going to hinder your reach, which is a thing that none of these shows ever want to do. They're too afraid. They don't want to spend the resources because they don't care to celebrate. They just want to grow. Which is whatever, I guess.
Well, I mean, I have bad fucking news for every one of these people. Media is increasingly fragmented. You know,
Well, yeah.
here's a perfect example. Looking at the ratings for the wrestling boom of the late 90s versus the wrestling boom which is going on right now. During, like, the late 90s, there would be nights where 7 million people were tuning into, like, Raw, and, like, 8 million people were tuning into Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, 1 million people tune into Dynamite, and that's a big rating. You know, like, media is increasingly fragmented. People are sitting around watching fucking TikTok, shit posting on Twitter about Morbius, playing video games, you know, like, watching Stranger Things on a streaming service. Like, media is increasingly fragmented. Everything is niche now. Everything. Bad fucking news. Like, bad fucking news. Like, so when you're like, oh, okay, well, let's just try and make everything more generalized in an effort to cast a wider net. It's like, well, when you do that, you're going to lose the niche that care about the thing. If you made the video game awards about fucking video games, about celebrating the craft instead of, like, trying to sell me the shit that's coming out next Christmas, then, like, I would be so stoked. I would spend weeks yelling about it on this podcast. Like, everybody go watch the Video Game Awards. It's really good. It's awesome.
Yeah, probably.
You know,
Yeah.
and, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, I would not be alone in that on this show.
I think a lot of, like, video game outlets would be doing that, though.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't just be us. It'd be, like, every other video game podcast.
Yes.
And also Polygon and Kotaku and maybe Forbes. Mm-hmm. Weirdly enough.
No, Forbes would do it.
Yeah.
The fact that they actually have it backwards, that, like, someone at the Game Awards, I don't know if it was Jeff Keighley, it'd be really funny to me if it were, decided that video games are somehow not big enough and we need to get more people in instead of just talking to the people that are already here, which is weird to me personally, because, like, video games get bigger every year and it's not because they're trying to talk to everybody, you know? But if video games were actually about the craft, like, obviously the people excited about it would just talk about it and it would grow organically, but I don't know who decided that that's not fast enough. I don't know why that happened. I'd like to talk to them. If we could bring them on the show, that would be great. Just point me in their direction. I'll send them an email every day for a year. Like, something's gotta happen.
Here's the thing. What is genuinely the best form of advertising?
I mean, I guess technically word of mouth, if you can get it
Word
to
of
work.
mouth! Word of mouth! That's the best form of advertising. And, like, by not making it that you are the person, you are, like, you're turning your audience into liaisons of people who are bringing other people in because they trust their friend, you're dramatically cutting yourself off at the knees, honestly.
Yeah.
I think about how the things that seem to sell people on stuff are moments of real human authenticity. One of the biggest moments I can think of from E3 in the last several years, like since we started the show, was at Ubisoft when Shigeru Miyamoto showed up to Ubisoft stage, and David Soliani, the director on Mario plus Rabbids, was like sitting in the crowd at his own show, and Miyamoto comes on stage and like essentially like recognizes, like it was a game recognizes game moment, and they cut to Soliani and like his eyes full of tears, like him obviously like, you know, like appreciative and like overwhelmed at the moment that like his love of games and his like lifetime love of Mario is kind of like manifested in this moment. The number of people who were excited about that game after that moment were like much, much bigger. And like that's the benefit of something like an award show, because an award show gives you moments like that if you let them happen. They're very rare at like a marketing event like E3. But at award shows, when you just let people fucking talk about why this is important to them, those moments happen. Like, so just fucking let it happen. Just let it be authentic. Let people talk about why they care about it. And like, and you'll probably sell some more fucking games about people wearing helmets. Just do it.
But how are you going to convince someone when you can't guarantee the return on investment, Brian?
Well, this calls for Morbius.
As our Lord and Savior says, it's fucking Morbid time.
It's Morbid time, everybody.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so Brian, why are we talking about Elon Musk on this podcast?
Oh, because Elon Musk made the mistake of trying to reshare a video game meme. And then the place where it was originally sourced from said to him, "Hey, we'll give you a horse if you stop stealing our memes." Which is a pointed reference to a thing that Elon Musk did where he was sexually harassing a flight attendant on his private aircraft when he told this woman he would give her a horse if she fucked him. Jesus Christ, what a dirtbag.
Well, yeah.
Then Elon Musk was like, he's like, there's a nobility to the anonymous meme. By the way, your meme is only a 6 out of 10. And it's like, well, then why did you share it, Elon Musk? If it's no good, then why did you feel compelled to share it? And then they're like, okay, Elon Musk, well, what about this one? They shared another article that they had published about him, which was reason Elon Musk wants to go to Mars is that no one hates him there yet.
Amazing. Yes, accurate.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
At which point Elon Musk deleted his original tweet and started publishing tweets about how, like, this is my burden and I must do the hardest things.
Oh my god. What a fucking dick, baby.
Yep. Exactly the case. Like, what a child. What a fucking child. Why is the world's richest person a baby? A baby that was defeated by a video game parody joke site. What a fucking geek. So yes, we are talking about Elon Musk because he got defeated by harddrive.com.
I guess his drive wasn't hard enough.
Yeah. Indeed. Oh. What else are we talking about?
I guess we could talk about video games at this point.
Neat.
Yeah, I think that is the point where we transition into video games.
Do it.
Who wants to talk about video games first?
Rock, paper, scissors, sticks. I'm kidding, you go first.
Rock, paper, scissors, oh, damn. Okay. I'm gonna do it out of order from what I have on the list. Sorry. I finished Horizon Forbidden West.
Shoutouts.
That's it. That's my game of the year. No notes. Play that game. Bye.
Word. All right.
I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. I'll play it again. I'm gonna play it on hard mode.
Fuck it up.
Oh, so excited.
Nice.
I'm gonna do a New Game Plus run on my own. It's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, it is getting New Game, or does it already have New Game Plus by now?
It has it officially right now.
All right.
It was one of those, that was announced during the State of Play, which we will cover later, don't worry. We're getting there, but it's available right now, and I was like, ooh! Vibrating in my seat. Very good. I like it a lot. It's a very good game. If you like video games, you should play that game. It's a good one. 10 out of 10. No notes. Minor notes, but all my notes, revolve around, like, her AI when climbing, which, like, you know. That has more to do with how they have climbing implemented in the game versus like how other games that I've been playing recently, like Genshin and Breath of the Wild, have climbing implemented in their games. So, yeah, no, that is what it is. But it was very good. If you want to kill Elon Musk, might I recommend Horizon Forbidden West? Oh, it's so good. Fuck Ted Faro, man.
Jesus.
But we did the thing. We have we have the Apollo program now. I'm very excited about it. It's a beta version, but like, we still have it, so fine. That's enough. Now we're gonna fight space aliens and the collective consciousness of a bunch of bitchy rich people. That's in the next game. Have fun.
Wait. Ha! So, like, you're gonna get the Gurren Lagann time skip. What the fuck is up?
Yeah, we're gonna get the Gurren Lagann time skip. I'm psyched. God, I can't wait. I can't wait to take down a collective AI consciousness of a bunch of unempathetic rich people with my fucking bow.
I can't wait
It's gonna be good.
until Aloy fires the drill that'll create the heavens.
Fucking right, though. I can't wait to full on Madoka Magica and become one with the Gaia system. Like, that's gotta be where we're going, right? Aloy's consciousness will be uploaded into Gaia, like, or some shit. We gotta be doing that, right?
Or some shit.
Jesus. It's gonna be wild. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Next game will be good. Well, the next game in the Horizon, like, mainline series. And I think there's, like, a lot of places that it could theoretically go as far as, like, if they wanted, I think they could easily, like, do another series in the same universe where you start as a member of a different tribe.
Okay.
And, like, explore what it means to, like, I don't want to say, like, preach it, but, like, get people more on board with, like, how the technology is going, if that makes sense. And, like, put Aloy as a background character who you, like, interact with but don't have to play as, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
I could see that. Also, supposedly, there's a Horizon TV show in the works on Netflix, and that I'm afraid of. I'm very afraid of that. I'm scared.
What, you
I'm
think
terrified.
they're going to cast the wrong
Don't.
redhead?
There are two ways that could go. They will either cast the right person and bottle dye her hair instead of just fucking getting a wig for it from, like, a professional costumer, or they will choose a redhead with the right hair color who is not anything like Aloy at all. I'm terrified of both outcomes.
Okay. I think those are two possible negative outcomes. I don't know who casts as Aloy right now, so...
I don't know who I would cast as Aloy either, honestly. I would like to cast, like, an adult, if that makes sense. Like, someone, like, mid-30s, or, like, a little bit older, I think would be good.
Who's, like, 12.
They're gonna cast some fucking 16-year-old, you know? And it's gonna be weird.
Oh, man.
That's the thing, that's the worst possible outcome, actually. They cast some, like, fucking 12-year-old, some 16-year-old bombshell babe, which is not what Aloy is.
Oh, they could do worse. They could create a new Uncanny Valley, like, fully 3D animated show.
No, you're right, actually. You know what? In the Horizon TV show that they're doing, I don't want them to follow Aloy at all. I want them to follow a completely original cast of characters, and I would love it to at least be as diverse as the video games. That would be great.
Cool.
That's not what's going to happen, but that would be great.
Have they said anything about, like, the format of the show? Like, do we know if it's live action?
No. Nope.
What if they?
We don't know
what if-
anything. Just that it's in the works.
What if it gets animated? What if they just like go full Castlevania and shit?
If it's animated, if it's full Castlevania shit, I still hope it's at least as diverse as the fucking video game
Yeah, true.
is. You know? That game gave no shits about who you liked, what you looked like. It didn't matter. So good.
Oh.
God damn it. Anyway, so that's a thing. So then I had to pick a new game for stream, and I settled on Nier Automata, mostly because I wanted to listen to Nier Automata again. But this time I'm playing it with the English VAs, and I think I have a preference for 2B's Japanese VA,
Okay.
because to me, 2B's Japanese VA sounds more calculated and more cut off from like the emotional aspects of 2B in the Japanese dub, and then like she gets those emotions throughout the journey of the video game, but the English VA sounds harsh, if that makes sense, like mean. She's like angry about everything, and like that's very much an emotion, and hearing you go like bark at 9S and be like, robots don't experience emotions, they're forbidden. Like, that's experiencing an emotion, 2B. Are you sure about that? So, I don't know. Just a little thing, you know. But other than that, I'm having a good time. We made it through the first, like, proper boss fight, or the second proper boss fight, I guess. The robot who wants to be beautiful to impress Jean-Claude or Jean-Pierre or whatever the fuck his name was. We made it through that into the robot village. And then someone was like, oh, are you going to get all the endings? And I was like, yeah, probably eventually, but, like, not right now. He was like, oh, okay, so you're not going to kill the villagers right now? And I was like, no, I'm definitely not going to do that. And I'm just like, I don't want to kill them ever, but I guess I will eventually. It's fine. But, like, nah, I don't want to do it, you know?
Don't.
I will.
Don't.
Not this. I will, but not this.
Don't.
playthrough.
Why do it?
To get all the endings. I want to do at least one run where I get all the endings. So,
But why though?
one of the endings is you massacre the peaceful village of robots.
I don't.
You don't want to massacre the peaceful village of robots? Me either.
Okay, this.
I am wondering if I'm going to cry again when I get to the ending. We'll see.
Tegan, did you want to talk about Pokemon Buy, Pokemon Pan?
Yeah! I like them. I was like, I'm not going to buy another Pokemon video game. And then I bought Legends Arceus. And I was like, okay, you know what? This is a different Pokemon video game. It doesn't count, right? I'm not going to buy another mainline Pokemon game. I'm still going to watch the trailers, though, but I'm not going to buy one.
Can you tell me why you're not going to buy Pokemon Buy, Pokemon Pan?
No, I'm going to buy
Yeah,
one.
just-
I'm going to buy Pokemon Violet because I like the electric dragon. And Smoliv is very cute. I can't help it. He's small and scared. His name's Smoliv. Baby. God damn it. They got me again.
GG's. Thanks for playing.
Not happy about it. Both of the professors look great.
True.
In very different ways. The fact that they were like, we're going to give Pokemon Scarlet a lady professor who has big, like, step on me energy and also fangs.
Fangs are
Mwah.
crucial.
Mwah. Chef's kiss. Beautiful. Love it. Love that for them. The legendary dragon they get looks dumb. And then they made the professor for Pokemon Violet just like that caricature of like the most handsome man in the world with like the big chin. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
Sigma male.
Yeah, that guy. And then they gave him a cool electric dragon. Like, the electric dragon is better. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
So that's the one I'm gonna get. The future one. One of them's apparently, it's like past versus future sort of thing.
Mhm.
So the one professor is like an archaeology style professor, and the other professor is like future tech version. So
I've seen people referring to them as Pokemon Daddy, Pokemon Mommy.
Sure.
And, like, talking about like the daddy professor, like why is the professor in this game Anson Mount?
Who's that?
He an actor who bear a striking resemblance to the professor.
Oh, is he? Oh yeah, okay, I see. I can see that. In the right lighting, maybe, but like in these like Comic-Con photos, absolutely not. No. Oh, he's this dude in Star Trek. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
We good. Yeah. Fair enough.
The pig, the little pig.
Yeah, LeChonk.
LeChonk.
Yes.
LeChonk. Great. 10 out of 10. Someone was saying, like, is this probably this game's Route 1 normal type? Yes. Is it going to make it all the way with me to whatever this game's version of the Elite Four is? Also yes. Smoliv is probably like the Bellsprout or whatever, but it's still so cute.
All right, so the Pokemon presentation was what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, that is crucial in timing. So LeChonk was revealed to the world on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Wednesday at AEW Dynamite, somebody in the third row facing the hard cam held up a sign with a beautifully rendered LeChonk on it that said LeChonk is all elite.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, accurate. Good.
Yeah, I'm like, man, the overlap these days between fucking video game dorks and wrestling dorks is like pretty damn close to a perfect circle. Somebody had to like watch the Pokemon presentation and they'd be like, I must immediately start on my side for the show tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone made a play on the Olive Garden logo. That's a Smoliv Garden. It's so cute. And immediately was picked up by like evil corporations to be sold on t-shirts, but someone else pointed out that Game Freak has a horrible record of taking the very small cute plant thing with a simple face and turning it into a sexy plant lady. And they're like, please do not. And I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they do. They really do. And it's...
Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Because I'm going to pick it for my team because it's cute and small and sad and I love it.
I'm pretty sure no one's going to take your Smoliv and like, fuck it, Teeks. I think you'll be okay.
Oh, I hope so. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so nervous. And then they also showed us what the like Pikachu clone in this. Pikachu's going to be in this game, don't worry.
Yeah.
But also they showed the Pikachu, which is called Pawmi.
The new Pikachu's good.
It's cute. They're cute. All the designs are very cute so far. I appreciate them. LeChonk is getting so much love. Also, someone made a full plush of LeChonk already. Like, Tuesday the game was revealed. Wednesday morning, LeChonk plush was finished. It was wild. Pokemon fans are nuts. And then, like, Thursday morning, someone had already done the legendary from Scarlet. Like, wild. Absolutely bonkers.
Artisans are sick. Like, I mean, just to be able to wake up and it's like, you know what? I can make a plush of that. And then, like, 9 hours later, it's just done.
Yeah, like...
What up?
Oh, these things are so crazy, too. Like, God. He's got a big tire in his chest. I don't know. Wild to me. I can't wait. This game looks weird.
Are you going to play it on some gang shit?
Yeah, and they're like... So you can play with 4 other people. 4 other people can come into your Pokemon game, it sounds like. And also, it sounds like, from what they said, you can challenge the gyms in any order you want.
True. Which is actually just a beautiful innovation. It's really late, but it's cool that it's happening now.
It's really late. It's happened in the anime already, where, like, in the most...
Origins.
Yeah, in Origins, where, like, Brock opened up a drawer and was like, oh, you've had this many badges? Okay, like, I'm gonna use these 2 Pokemon instead. And I'm like... Huh? What?
So you know how, like, in Undertale, right? There's, like, you can fight enemies. You can obviously fight or spare, but you can also, like, betray and, like, get, like, situations where you just get, like, unique text or something. Mm-hmm. I hope that Pokemon one day gets to a point where, like, you have conversations with the gym leaders, and it's just like, oh, you showed up with X amount of badges, sure, you get this challenge. But if you, like, piss off the gym leader, they, like, pull out the other Pokemon. Like, the same way that, like, in Origins, when Red challenges Giovanni, he was gonna get the gym challenge. He's like, no, fuck you, I hate this gym. You're the Team Rocket leader. I don't respect your badge. Like, you know what? I was gonna give you the normal gym leader challenge, but instead I'm gonna fight you with my real shit. And then he, like, pulls out 2 Ultra Balls instead.
Yeah. Oh my god. That'd be fucking
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
100% piss off gym leader run. Let's go.
I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I hope that happens, but also I am afraid.
You accidentally piss off the gym leader? It's like, I don't know why this fight is so hard. And everyone's just like, oh, no, dude, he normally fights with, like, this stuff. What did you say to them? Like,
You're like, no, I didn't. What did I do? I'm sorry. Can you piss off the Pokemon Professor also?
that would be sick, actually. I want Professor Oak to square up, actually. Let's fucking go, bro.
Is this the Pokemon equivalent of trying to fight that guy right outside the front door in Elden Ring and he just throws bees at you?
Maybe it's something like that. Like, I could see how that could potentially become a wall for some people. So, like, balancing that would be difficult. But I think it would be an interesting, like, interactive experience.
Speaking of balancing acts, I can't wait to talk about the announced stuff for Street Fighter 6 with you, Rocky.
Okay. I'm interested.
Yeah. What else are we talking about?
The other very exciting news in Tegan World is that the Genshin 2.7 update has been released officially.
Okay.
The bad news for that is I am very far behind on the Chasm quest line, so I have to do all of that very quickly because there's an event quest that's apparently very sad and about the Yaksha from, like, Zhao's backstory. And it's only going to be here for, at time of recording, 15 more days. So by the time this episode is out, it will both be gone, and I will have finished it.
Wait,
It's
it won't
not
be
that
gone.
long. Yeah, no, we're
Isn't
10
that
days
long?
out.
It'll be almost out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be almost done.
When it comes out, you'll have got like 4 days to go, so I guess go do it.
Swing on it, dude.
I'm excited. It's very sad. It's very emotional, apparently, which is good. And also, like, digs in more to, like, the backstory of, like, Liyue, which is fun. And, like, the time in between the Archon War and the current time. Which is neat. But I have a ways to go to get there, so I
expect a full play-by-play. I want to hear about the 2 champions who step forward and kick through a building so the monster can get through or whatever.
Oh, for sure. I did send you a TikTok already of Yenfei stepping it up in the middle of, like, the boss fight cutscene, and she's fucking volleyball bump set spiking fireballs at these people. It's great.
Damn it, do I have to... I might do that before my monthly rewatch. It's fine.
It's very good. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's it for me. That's everything I'm doing right now, in addition to the anime and stuff, to get ready for our next anime episode.
Why am I getting this aggressive notification about this document's authors using the pageless format?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God!
Yeah, it was me.
What is this heresy?
Heresy?
It's just pageless. It's okay.
I've never been eye-fucked so hard.
What?
I don't... It's okay. That's fine.
No, it's fine.
okay.
It's fine. My eyes will be fucked. It's cool.
Disgusting.
Oh, God. You know what? We have time, apparently. Brian, what's going on in your head right now, man?
It just keeps going.
It does. But it also was just doing that before.
But what? It's why is it against Christ?
What?
It's against Christ.
Christ would find umbrage with pageless? That's where we're at right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Christ said, feed the least amongst you, be kind, get the plank from your own eye before you question the splinter in another's.
Sure.
And also, pageless sucks. These are things he said.
He said the Bible? Nah, man. It's all on individual tablets. Fuck this shit. Fuck this pages shit. I hate it. Oh my
Christ
God.
comes back, right, and he's just like, what is this? What is this? And they're like, oh, no, this is pageless format, sir. And he's like, well, first of all, I'm not sir, that's my dad. And second, what is this? No.
Do you think Jeezy Crazy would be like, don't call me sir, that's my father?
I'm sorry, GC Creasy?
Yeah.
Also, yes, but it's like, please. Capital H is for my dad or whatever. He'd definitely do shit like that. But Jeezy Creasy.
If we're gonna call him Jeezy Creasy, that sounds like he owns a chain of restaurants, like Jeezy Creasy's Pizza Poppers. You know, like
He absolutely does. Have you
Yeah.
never been to Chick-fil-A?
no, I'm thinking the place he's got is gonna have an animatronic band, kind of like Chuck E. Cheese.
You know
Only
what?
it's the
If
12
Jesus Christ came back and went to Chick-fil-A and said, you know what would make this better? An animatronic band of me and the 12 disciples, they'd be like, absolutely, you are correct.
I actually would really love a second coming of Jesus Christ where he walks into a Chick-fil-A and then figures out what they're about and actually starts flipping tables like the market. That could be sick. Just saying. But
That'd be
whatever.
so,
That's what would
that'd be so
actually
good.
happen.
No. Godlike. Sorry, that's for his dad. My bad.
You know, like if he just shows up and he's just like, "Hey, yo, assholes, Chick-fil-A sucks. Chuck E. Cheese is better." They're like, "But why?" And he's like, "Because they're not directly funneling their fucking money into hate."
Yeah.
And they're like, "But the pizza sucks." He's like, "That's the thing. You could sell shitty pizza and be better than you just by not funding hate." You had one job to do.
And you've managed to muck it up so spectacularly.
At which point, animatronic Chuck E. Cheese shows up and is like, "I, a robot mouse, am the first new disciple."
Though, like, imagine animatronic Chuck E. Cheese, like, kneels before Jesus and Jesus washes his feet. Come on.
Charles
Oh.
Entertainment Cheese getting his feet washed.
By the Jesus Christ.
By the
Mr.
Jesus
Creasy.
Christ. Are we going to hell?
Wait, so Jesus, it's Jesus H. Christ and Chuck E. Cheese.
That's correct.
Oh, and then like Chuck E. Cheese's father is the Rockafire Explosion because they're different but not.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, because all the Chuck E. Cheese robots is just old Rockafire robots reskinned, literally.
Yep.
Welcome to the show where we go to hell. Tegan's already mostly there.
Tegan's the one, she's preparing the way. She's
Yeah,
preparing a path for her comrades.
For sure.
at the front door.
I will greet
Good
you.
Lord.
It will be fine. I will be very sunburned, but it'll be chill.
Hi, yo. I'll bring you an umbrella, Teagues.
Yay!
So, Temtem is a thing that I've talked about before. It is a video game created by Karma Studios. It is a monster battler-like, which is just a fancy way to say that it's kind of like Pokemon, but not really. They have done a very big balance patch in preparation for their 1.0 release in September. I think it's actually September 10th, if I remember correctly. It's coming out like the day after Splatoon, and it's going to be available on major consoles, including Nintendo Switch. It'll go into full release on its PC platform. It's going to have full crossplay, and it's a Pokemon MMO. That's what it is. Double battling is the standard, and you can create your own character and just run around in the world and go on your own like Pokemon-esque adventure. They did a huge balance change to what looks like slow down the game. So like stat bonuses are bigger, but there's like a wider path, and a lot of moves are essentially a bit slower in terms of priority, and it's meant to like control the pace of the game. Since they are a Pokemon MMO, the thing that they are really, really concerned about isn't just the main story quest, which actually goes all the way to fucking level 100 apparently, but the like end game content and like PvP. And so they want to make sure that that is built out in a way that is sustainable over the long term. And their current plan is to slow things down until they figure out what's going on, which is cool, honestly. I decided to fuck around with it after they announced the latest patch, which is 0.93, which like shows us how close we are to like full release. And I played a little bit of it on stream again. It wasn't from the beginning. I think I played the beginning like 2 years ago because again, it's an MMO. It's a pervasive file. And I've been playing around with it and like digging into like competitive, and there's a lot of really cool shit going on. One of the things that this game innovates on in terms of like battle or whatever is that since everything is 2v2, like synergy is a lot more important. Where if you have certain moves react with like certain team partners, for example, we have a grassy green deer named Surneef, and they're mostly like a defensive, like supportive type, but they have an ability called Bush, where if there is a earth type or a ground type next to them, in addition to like protecting them for a turn, it increases their stats and makes it so that they can like dodge and attack for free on the next turn. Or like if they have a grass type partner and they use a healing ability, that heal is more potent if they have another grass type next to them. And there's a lot of like strategies that are built around like swapping in a partner to get a bonus effect. And like reading those things is going to be a big part of its counterplay, or rather has been for some time. And it looks like an actual bespoke experience. It doesn't feel like, you know, Pokemon but an MMO. It feels like a monster battler game. And it definitely, you know, took some things and like paid attention to what Pokemon was doing and tried to innovate on the things that it cares about. I'm having fun with it.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Temtem honestly sounds like it's going to give, if it gets any like a more main recognition once it's in full release, it's gonna give Pokemon a run for its money.
I'm really interested in like how it does over the long term. I hope it like gets a significant mainstream audience, because this is the type of game that would largely benefit from a long tail. And it's clear that there's a lot of things that they want to do. I don't know if expanding like the story content beyond where it is now is a good idea. Like, I think there should be like a story that cuts off at level 100, and then like instead of adding more story, they should just like flourish out like competitive content over the long term. But I don't know. Like, I've never seen an MMO like really do that specifically. But there are definitely games that like focus on like multiplayer content, and like if they introduce new TEMs or whatever, like new regions or things to explore, like if that's like part of the story, but it's not about like a vertical like level increase, because I know that that could be something that would be strange, I guess, you know, like it's just like, yeah, everything's at level 100 forever, or like once you beat the level 100 story, like every other story thing only like requires you to be at level 50 or whatever. I don't know. I think it invites some serious questions, but I hope that the team has some ideas, but it looks like they know what they're doing so far. They've definitely been patient over like the past like 2-ish years that like they've been in early access. And it does look like they've really learned a lot from, like, the community that they're trying to engage with. And I hope that it's rewarded with success.
Mm-hmm. I hope that they continue to track, like, what people are building and how they're building it. Because I feel like that's going to give them more insight into what people expect, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Plus, I just like having, like, a protagonist that, like, I can talk in, like, Pokemon, you know?
Yeah!
Like, that stuff is cool. Like, actual real dialogue trees, and like the game itself is like very like fluid and whatnot in a way that like Pokemon hasn't been. I mean, initially it was definitely like, you know, technological, I suppose, and like over time like it's become smoother, but like Temtem really captures a smooth movement cycle where like I walk up to a body of water instead of having to like press a button and like pick a Temtem or whatever. I can just walk onto it and now I'm surfing. That's cool. Or I come to a wall that's like climbable and I can just climb it. Like, you know, there's no like pretense or anything about it. I just get to keep going.
I feel like Temtem allows you to interact with the world in the way that like we often used our imaginations to like fill in those gaps in Pokemon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's good.
And also, I'm going to talk a little about League of Legends. I'm still on my quest to gold. I have 5 months left, I think.
You think?
I'm currently terrified. Yeah, because I don't actually know when the season ends in 2022.
Uh-oh.
I just know that it usually ends sometime in November. It's usually like the second or third week. But I don't know for sure. And I haven't seen a date publicized yet, but I haven't done a lot of research into it. But one of the things that's happened that is very important to me is that they've done a major update that modifies the durability of champions.
Oh.
And so, like, every, like, champion in the game is a little more difficult to kill. And while you would think that'd be a big deal for, like, tankier champions, and to some extent it is, it's really important for the role that I tend to play, which is, like, marksman or, like, ADC. Because now, in most situations where, like, someone can, like, look at me and breathe the wrong way and I could die, now I have a chance to press a button after someone uses their combo.
Ooh.
Which is just a huge game changer for me. Because I've definitely played a lot of games over the course of this year where I'm doing, like, okay, and then like my team is getting absolutely destroyed. And once we get into mid game, like whoever has their lead just kind of looks at me and I'm dead and I can't do anything anymore. And that's been really frustrating because like the main reason that I play like marksman, because I really like the loop of a very vulnerable early game, so you have to play carefully, but as the game continues you gain more power and utility, and if you're careful you can turn the game in the team's favor. And since this update I have been hard carrying pretty much every game that I've played. I was like on a 7-game win streak like yesterday, and it was just like people in my team, like they're having a bad time, they're getting rocked or whatever, and like they're just like it's 14 minutes, I'm 6 stats down, like let's just surrender guys, like let's call it a wash. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna win this game, just chill out, like let me rock.
Like, I can do it, I promise.
And then I do! And it's just like, this is the sickest shit. And like, I think that's like my favorite thing about League of Legends, where like my whole team is straight up ready to give up. They don't believe anything can be done, and I'm doing just fine. And it's like, just chill out, let me run it. And then I can walk into team fights, control objectives, and like, now the game is our game. It's just, I gotta spend a little bit more time. Just give me a minute. And that feels good. I'm having a great time. Like,
That's awesome. Genuinely think a lot of that, like, let's just give up, is probably left over from before the update.
Yeah. I think in the next couple of weeks when people start adjusting, it's like, oh, that's right, marksmen are still going to be a threat into late game. Because I've definitely had situations that are kind of gnarly that remind me of like how I used to play the game like years ago, where I'm in a 2v2 lane or whatever, and there will just be some times where 4 people are in my lane like diving me. And it's just like, well, 4 people showed up. I can't fight all of them. But sometimes I can now, which is nice. But also, when 4 people are on me, that means there are 2 other people that have no one in front of them, and they should just be, like, trying to take objectives on their end.
They should be pushing real hard, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that becomes a bit more apparent to, like, other people as, like, bot lane starts garnering more attention from, like, other people on the map. But I do like showing up and carrying late game. I think that's a very fun thing for me, and I'm glad that I get to do it again. But I am trying to anticipate like how the meta is going to shift in the next couple of weeks. Like I do think that like bot lane's going to be targeted a bit more. Like usually they give like whenever they do like a big rework, someone gets too much power. So like maybe bot lane is currently like overtuned, and they'll start pulling it back in the next couple of weeks. I don't think they'll like even out. I think there's like a middle ground that they're expecting to land at. But like at the moment, I'm enjoying it. Like I'm having a great time.
God, can't imagine. Literally can't. But I'm also like, I used to basically only do support. So like, you know, when your ADC gives up, you're just out of luck. You just die all the time. Then
I mean.
Or like, you hook up with, like, somebody else, but usually you just die all the time.
I used to play support. Like, support was the first role I actually started to take real seriously. And it was because I didn't know a lot, and I wasn't sure what to do at any given moment. But, like, I know, like, support, like, can hard win lanes, but I've definitely played some games, like, especially as, like, Leona, where, like, my ADC partner will die, and the other 2, they'll decide to try to dive me under tower, but, like, with Leona, I can just kind of stun everyone forever. They'll both, like, try to jump me, and I'll just, like, through, like, a concerted use of stuns, like, end up killing them both under my own tower, and then I look up, and it's, like, 10 minutes, and I have 6 kills for some reason.
Yep, and then your ADC's pissed at you, because you're still stealing, but it's like, it's not my fault, you're dead!
Like, you're dead! I can't do anything about that. Like,
if you stopped dying, we wouldn't be in this situation. Why are you mad at me? But it doesn't matter, because they're mad at you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They still get mad, yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, like, League of Legends is currently fun, which is a weird thing. For anyone that is concerned, I still believe that League of Legends is still a bad game for bad people, but, you know, whatever. At least I'm enjoying it.
It can be a fun game for bad people.
Didn't
they just do their summer skin release?
Oh, yeah! Like, it was just after, like, the High Noon event, if I remember correctly. Also, I don't like High Noon Leona. I love Leona, and I have a couple of her skins, but, like, High Noon isn't my vibe, I think.
That's fair.
You talking about League of Legends makes me want to spontaneously talk about Hearthstone.
Yeah, I get that.
because it is also a bad game for bad people. So, like, we are still in the place where the current meta for Hearthstone is 2 different people playing solitaire.
Yeah.
I love
Yep.
solitaire. Unironically,
Well,
this sounds like my kind of game.
No, I think you'd like Hearthstone if, you know...
The current meta.
Oh. Ooh, Tegan, actually learn Master Duel, because, like, that's 100% solitaire.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You're basically playing by yourself. It's kind of amazing.
Like, you just... So many of the top decks in the game right now are just like, yeah, you know, just stay calm and carry on and ignore whatever damage your opponent is currently doing to you right now. Because if you can keep your shit together, keep a level head, then you will prevail. Probably the top deck at like mid-rank levels of play is this deck, this Warlock deck called Curse Lock, where you put curses into the hands of your opponent, and each curse you put into your opponent's hand does progressively more damage. So, like, the first curse does 1 damage, the second curse does 2 damage, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a card called Bran Bronzebeard,
Okay.
and his flavor text says, repeat the battle cry of any battle cry card that you play.
Gross.
Oh, that sounds annoying as hell.
Right. So
I don't even play Hearthstone, and that's annoying as fuck. I'm already angry.
there is a Warlock Legendary that says, give your opponent a curse. Also, your curses, when you curse the opponent, it heals you.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, no.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Sometimes it'd be like that, Teagues.
So nothing like sitting there until like turn 8, because the card that does that is only a 5-mana card.
Oh, of course,
And,
yeah.
and Bran is a 3-mana card, so sit there on like turn 8, and like it throws 2 curses into your opponent's hand, which heal you. And like by this point, you've already likely cursed your opponent several times, so you're doing a significant amount of healing to yourself. And so you're just basically saying like, I don't care that you've hit me. I don't care that you. Yeah, I'm gonna erase all of the damage that you've done to me. And
Just like Sword Art Online.
It's absolutely, you know what, I'm gonna say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
Yep.
Jesus.
There's another card, another 3-mana card, where if you cast a shadow spell, then it puts another copy of whatever shadow spell you cast into your hand that costs 0 mana to play.
Sick.
And so there's a 1-mana shadow spell that puts cards into your opponent's deck which cause fatigue. And fatigue increases each time it's experienced. So the first time you fatigue, you get 1 fatigue. The second time you get fatigue, and so on.
Sure.
And so you're just like pounding your opponent with like fatigue and curses, and you're like, whatever, it's my birthday, I can have ice cream. And just
Ice cream for breakfast is fine. My dad said so.
exactly.
Like, oh my god.
Dad said I can go to R-rated movies with kissing. You know, and just
Got him.
God, and you just sit there and you just like fuck off, ignore your opponent. And like right now, all of the top decks, like whether you're playing Mech Paladin or Curse Warlock or Mech Mage,
Sure.
it's all just like fuck off and ignore your opponent. Are you playing Ramp Druid? Fuck off and ignore your opponent. And it's just like, I just picture this room of people just like all like locked eyes jerking off to each other. And it's just like, yeah, I'm never gonna touch you. Like that is Hearthstone right now. A whole bunch of people going, yeah, I'm never gonna touch you. Like there's so little interactivity.
I feel like there's a different read. Like, because I know, like, ironically, a lot of PvP games, and I've seen it with CCGs, but I've seen it in other stuff. A lot of people like when they can just win without interacting with people as if they're playing a PvE game, but, like, with the knowledge that they beat someone else, right? Like, I feel like that's something that's, like, core to a lot of, like, say, scrub coats specifically. It's that, like, they don't want to deal with whatever's happening in front of them. Like, they don't...
That's fun, though. That's the whole fucking point.
No, I agree with you. That's why I play fighting games. But, like, I guess what I'm saying is that there are a lot of people who simply just want to win with the satisfaction of beating someone else, but they don't want to interact with other people. And, like, that's a core issue around, like, Sparkle, because they have this dissonance that I'm playing a game, but I'm not really playing with anyone because I can't see them, you know?
Right.
In TCGs, it's a thing that you have to learn to deal with, and, like, you have to learn how to deal with it faster because you're looking at a person across your table. But, like, with, like, a digital CCG, you don't. That's why, like, Master Duel is in the shape that it is right now, because people just want to play their combos. That's what they want to do. And they want to do that without thinking about anyone else. And when they play people that say, no, you can't do your combo, instead of thinking about, how do I deal with this, or what do I do now, they get mad because they didn't get to play their combo. You know what I mean?
Right. A new deck crept into the meta this week. It's called Naval Mine Rogue.
Okay.
And Naval Mine Rogue, you just try and figure out how to play a whole bunch of naval mines as a rogue. Mm-hmm. And again, you don't care at all about what your opponent is doing. And it seems to me that, like, the design team who's currently handling Hearthstone has, like, reached this point where they have, like, made a philosophical decision, like a fundamental design philosophy choice.
Okay.
Which is the audience that they're catering to right now does not enjoy interacting with their opponent.
Sure.
And it's another reason that makes me very, very excited and looking forward to, like, the launch of Marvel Snap, because, like, that's Ben Broden, that's Young Woo, and I know that those guys, like, absolutely treasure player interaction. And one of the things that, like, Marvel Snap was doing, which is, like, very different than, like, most CCGs, is there is no such thing as Rocky's turn and Brian's turn in Marvel Snap. Both players are always acting simultaneously like a fighting game.
I feel like we've done this, but I'm going to let it go.
Oh, God, Rocky, I hear your speech and I hate it, and fuck off forever, go to the moon.
Yeah, whatever, bye.
Amazing.
Come on.
Oh.
Come on.
I'm so glad we've gotten to the point in this podcast where we can just speed run that conversation. I'm really proud of both of you. That shows a lot of character growth.
What, you mean, like, Rocky could just be like, insert speech here, and I could just be like, eat shit now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I could be like, great game, guys. Bye. One day we're just going to log in and be like, and that's the podcast, bye.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
I do have to share just a small bit of, like, counter tech that I'm doing with, like, the reason I started playing Curse Lock in Hearthstone was I figured out how to counter Curse Lock.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, if I have 10 cards in my hand, then you can't put a curse in my hand.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because the maximum hand size in Hearthstone is 10 cards. Mm-hmm. So, like, as soon as I see that I'm playing against a Warlock, I just don't play anything for a few turns.
Just
and, like,
specifically to annoy the shit out of them?
Yeah.
Right. Then I just fill my fucking hand, and I'm like, whatever, boys. Like, get mad. Get mad. Like, because the minions that put curses in hands are comparatively underpowered minions,
right,
because they have this other benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I'm like, you're going to play your fucking cursed minions. I'm not going to get cursed. And then eventually I'll play a card which just, like, heals me for 10, and I'll kill your stupid boyos, and you can eat my shit. And just...
That's great. I love that for you, Brian.
Yes! And I'm like, fucking work the tech. Figure out how to counter these stupid combo decks. Mm-hmm. Like, just do it.
It's not like it's hard.
Once everyone figures that out, Brian, then, like, the meta will shake up. It'll evolve. Everyone's getting beat by it because, like, they don't have the patience to hold on to the cards. And then once everyone gets that patience, once they learn that that's what they need to do, then, like, something new will emerge. That's how it works.
I guess the problem is that right now, like, the counter for Curse Lock is different than the counter for Mech Mage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're up against, like, Ramp Druid, the only thing that is going to save you is to, like, flood the board as fast and as hard as possible. Mm-hmm. Just, like, hold on to nothing, dump everything, and just, like, shout atomics and go face every time. Because if Ramp Druid gets, like, the least little bit of room, they have stuff that allows them to go up to 20 mana, and it's just like it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Generally, like the deck that allows you to survive Curse Lock is not the deck that allows you to survive Ramp Druid. And so like there's not really good anti-tech that works for both.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
no Swiss Army knife.
But I guess like that's the thing. Like that's how it is in like every competitive game. Like you're not going to win every matchup. You're just fucking not.
Mm-hmm.
It is all about like, are you winning more than you're losing, son? That's it. Like you're gonna lose, but if you're winning more than you're losing, you're winning.
I want to never
So,
lose
like-
again. No, I'm kidding. But
I tell you what, he cursed me and he fatigued me, and I am vomiting and shitting at the same time. I hate to lose, but yeah, like
well, it's good. I didn't talk about that, but I do really connect with that idea. It's like it's not that they don't love winning enough; it's that they don't hate to lose.
yeah.
Ugh.
If you are at 55%, then fucking get your head out of your ass.
Yeah,
You know,
give your balls a tug.
yeah, you're fucking fine. If you're at 55%, you're fucking fine.
Fuck.
Tegan did that last time too, actually.
I'm glad we're speedrunning Tegan's reacts now too. Like,
It's very good, yeah. I mean, at least
Yeah,
we're all
but-
on the same page.
yeah, but like the difference between like 49% win rate and a 51% win rate is like 49% get in the lab, 51% high five your bros.
True.
Like that is the fucking with the truth of it. Oh, damn! I didn't know that I would be the one giving that speech.
Well,
It was bound to happen eventually.
it's been like 5 years.
Get good.
Oh my god, this guy. All right,
What?
Brian, what's
Man.
going on with you, man?
They released 6 minutes of gameplay for Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, they did.
Yes, they did. So I'd like to open it up to the thoughts from the panel on these 6 minutes of gameplay.
It's not good.
I'm afraid. It's slow. Am I
Yeah.
crazy or is it slow?
It's slow.
The Sonic is not supposed to be slow.
I think
Right?
The tagline's fastest thing alive, actually.
Yeah. Like, rolling around at the speed of sound, got places to go. Like, that's the vibe. Why is he so slow? Why is that, like, I understand that's probably stand-in music also, but, like, why is it so floaty? That's not, like, Sonic is, like, ska. Sonic should sound like ska. And Sonic does not sound like ska in the video game. Like, that placeholder music doesn't sound like anything I would expect in a Sonic game. Concerns.
Yeah.
The graphics look okay. Like, Sonic looks fine. He looks smooth, which is fine. Like, I'm not worried about that part. But, like, he's not like, whoever's in charge of building his moveset out, it's very beat. It feels more like a rhythm game. It doesn't feel like actiony enough. If that makes
I get
sense
that.
either. I don't know that makes sense, but like,
How do y'all feel about the fact that Sonic has towers to climb to open up the map?
I don't
It's
care.
not news.
I wish it was like things that he could run up instead of climb, you know? Or like Tails could hack in for him. Like, that fits the vibe of what I understand to be Sonic more than climbing up a tower.
And the
You know?
tower is just a giant tire? Like, what is the point of that? Why are the towers just giant tires?
I don't know. I don't know where we are. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It just... I think about, like...
Like,
how
Sonic has some
incredible-
distinct, like, regions to it. And I don't feel like we're in any of those places.
Right. You say Green Hill Zone, everybody immediately has a picture in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You say Casino Zone, everybody immediately has a picture in their mind.
There's a... there it
Pinball
is.
hell.
See, like, I don't need the Sonic Frontiers game. Because I already have Sonic Robo Blast 2.
Mhm.
And I'm happy with that. It's already an online open world Sonic game that, like, is fast and, like, dashy and everything. I didn't ask anyone for Frontiers, is what I'm saying. I don't need to pay Sega for this. Like, it's a niche that's already filled.
I guess part of the problem here is... Do you remember that time that, like, Sega was like, hey, we figured it out. We're just going to get guys who did these fan games and these fan remasters to do Sonic Mania, and then Sonic Mania was incredibly good.
Yeah.
Because they just went and found the guys who did the fucking fan games, and then, like, it worked out.
Because the people who did the fan games, like, care more about Sonic than the people who are in charge of Sonic. We're suffering from this problem again.
What is... Also, there was another fan game that's, like, actually, like, 3D and shit. What am I... Sonic Omens. That's right. Sonic Omens is also happening. And while, like, you know, Sega's definitely said, hey, as long as you guys aren't profitable, I don't care. That game is also good.
Right.
Why is any of this happening? I don't know. Whatever, it's fine.
And then I look at, like, Sonic Origins, right?
Mm-hmm.
The scoop with Sonic Origins is that for this upcoming collection of remixes and remasters of the original 2D Sonic games, Sega went and got people who did that in the fan community and had them drive the development of Sonic Origins. So, like, I don't understand that this, like, block they have on doing that for, like, the 3D stuff. Because it seems like with the 2D stuff, like, the thing that they do is they go, like, fuck it, who's doing the best work in the fan community? Give them a budget and a paycheck. And, like, it works out well.
Mm-hmm.
All of the advanced word on, like, Sonic Origins is that it is very good. You know, Sonic Mania was very good. So just go find the passionate fans who are making 3D stuff. Give them fucking money. Just do it. Like, because I look at this world, this vast, empty world that Sonic is running around. I'm like, okay, at what point in the game do I get a big teddy sword that talks to me? You know, like, it just, like, because I swear to Christ, I'm just running through, like, Xenoblade fields. These all look like Xenoblade
Yeah, it really does
fields.
look like Xenoblade. You're right.
It does look like Xenoblade, yeah.
Yeah. Like, so if I don't get a big teddy sword, then I don't know what we're doing here.
Does Sonic turn into a werewolf in this one? No. But could he theoretically turn into a werewolf in this one? Yes. Werehog? Whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it feels like.
Sega feels like they have never quite been comfortable figuring out what to do with this character in a 3D space. They have, like, flashes or, like, little moments where they'll get it right just a little bit. Like, a little bit. Like, they'll be like, okay, for this 10-minute stretch of gameplay, you're just like, okay, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, when you see the Orca breach in, like, Sonic Adventure 1, and you're like, man, look at that fucking whale. These are video games. That's cool. Or, of course, like, the city escape sequence in Sonic Adventure 2. But, like, overall, it's more kissing human ladies and werewolves. If we were to look at the times they fucked up columns versus the moments they got it right columns, one of them is much, much longer. And, like, this game just looks like a weird, empty mess. Like, I don't understand why we're getting Xenoblade Breath of the Wild and
Sonic. Right.
yeah. Like, this is just so weird.
I feel like you could do 3D Sonic. I feel like 3D Sonic should have more, like, Mirror's Edge to it.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? More like parkouring around elements than, like, in a big open field.
Yeah.
Also, tiny thing, allegedly, Sonic Omen is supposed to come out in August? Is what I'm looking at?
Right.
That sounds insane. That seems way too close.
Yeah.
Time is a flat circle.
Yes. As is the surfaces that Sonic is running on. Like, part of what makes Sonic games fun is you go super fast, you go super fast, you go super fast, and then you fucking trip on something, whether it is like a spring that makes you go backwards, a well-placed spike, or an enemy. Sonic games are like about like integrating the map of the level into your DNA, So that way you're like, I know how to go from the beginning of the level to like the ring that I jump through at the end, never losing speed and knowing how to like move through those levels as efficiently and as quickly as possible. And like I look at the landscapes in this game and I don't see anything which is going to impede my path. I don't see anything that's going to make me trip. And like,
I mean, Sonic also doesn't feel fast though. Like you don't have to trip if you're keeping pace with molasses.
Yeah.
Like
all these problems. What the fuck? I understand the need for franchises to refresh to continue to feel vital. That's a real thing. Breath of the Wild, Assassin's Creed Origins, Halo Infinite. Like, these are all situations where franchises are like, y'all, we gotta change up something. Actually, I should also add, like, Resident Evil 7 on that list. Where franchises, like, successfully, very successfully changed up something.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like they had that kind of, like, internal gut check moment at Sega on Sonic Team. But it's like every decision they made after having that one was mystifying. So, I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe this is just, like, too early of footage, you know? Maybe it's, like, the drip feed stuff just straight up doesn't work for Sonic. There's a number of marketing issues that could be at play here as well, but, like, it's not looking good. My favorite bit of dialogue that has come out around this is the people who are like, oh, like, people are just bitching because it's early footage and they're bitching to bitch. And it's like, yeah, but they bitched to bitch with the Sonic movie and major changes got made to Sonic to fix it. And now it's good. Like, you can't say it hasn't worked for them before. Especially with the fan base that's, like, this passionate about Sonic. You know? Like, the Sonic comics are good, too. They're a wild time. There's a zombie apocalypse in one of them. Why? I don't know. It was very sad, but it happened. Like, there's ways to do stuff. I don't know. I'd like to have more faith in some of these projects than I do.
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know if putting faith in Sonic as, like, a property, like, is the best idea. I totally get, like, being skeptical.
Sonic's TV shows have been better.
Mm-hmm.
The comics have been better. The movies have been better. Is it time for Sonic to graduate temporarily from video game property to television and movie media property?
Well, okay, I have a radical fucking idea.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the world does Sonic need 3D games? Because they seem to have fixed the problem with 2D. Right? The most recent 2D release was loved. The thing which is coming out in a couple weeks is very well reviewed.
I think it's because they think people don't like platformers.
I mean, momentum, like, action platforming is a cool idea. It's a fun thing to do. I can see how it's hard to tune. That makes sense.
It's also easy to, like, get tired of, if that makes sense. Like, how many levels can Sonic just be fast and jump through, you know? And I understand that's the whole appeal of it, but, you know? Eventually, just going fast isn't going to be enough.
Yeah.
And that's what it seems like they're trying to get around.
Man.
I mean, you could disagree. That's fine. But
no, I'm trying to figure out how to solve the Sonic problem, and all I've got is just like
the Sonic problem is solved by hiring people who genuinely give a large amount of love to the franchise and aren't looking at it as like, this is a thing we can do to allow Sonic to continue making money, and just, this is a thing I would like to see Sonic doing. That's how the problem is solved. Because people who are passionate about stuff make things that other people who are passionate about also love. Because the care is there. And that's the problem, is that the care is lacking because They're looking at it strictly from, like, what can we do to make sure Sonic keeps making money?
Yeah.
And not, like, what kind of fun adventure can we send Sonic on now?
Yeah. Just, I guess the most important thing is that, like, it needs to feel like Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's the thing. When Mario 64 happened, like, there were things about Mario 64 that were, like, profoundly different from the way Mario had worked in a 2D space, right? Like, there was no goalpost or flag at the end of the levels. All of a sudden, like, Mario had a health meter instead of being, like, a two-hit Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Now Mario has health that can be recovered by getting coins. And, like, so, like, all of those were, like, huge, like, fundamental differences. But, like, the physics of the jumping, like, it still felt like Mario when you jumped. And, like, the character, the environment of the world, like, the color palette, like, it all still felt like Mario.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. They need to, like, have very, like, deep, inward-looking conversations, like, what makes Sonic Sonic? It's going to be stuff like, how does the jump feel? How does the running feel? What color palette is representative of Sonic? Because part of the reason I hate the 6 minutes of footage is I just look at that color palette of that big, empty world, and I'm like, God, like, I would still not love it, but how much less would I hate it if the ground was like a alternating green square pattern, you know, like a green hill zone style, like alternating color patches. Just they're like, there's even just little things like to the like this like soft endless green, you know, in like flowing grass does not feel.
I wouldn't mind
all.
the flowing grass if it was, one, way more vibrant, and two, if it had real, like, if you were running fast enough and it, like, caught on fire behind you, that would be sick. That's not what happens, you know? Or, like, seeing it move away from Sonic and, like, be pushed out from, like, the breeze of him going by, that would also be cool.
Yeah.
It's not what happens, you know? It's very much,
Yeah.
like, static grass.
Yeah, so I guess they need to have some kind of like internal like calibration where they're like, okay, like what is Sonic? Thanks for coming to our TED Talk.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk!
So, from what I understand, we're going to talk about video game marketing.
We
Yeah.
are going to talk about video game marketing. It's the beginning of the most important video game marketing of the year. Totally not E3. And the first ones right out of the gate are Sony with their State of Play. The State of Play came out on June 2nd. Also, by the time this show comes out, the Xbox and Bethesda showcase will have happened, and you will not hear that in this show. You will hear that in the next show. Because that comes out in 7 days from yesterday for us. So, I just don't want anyone, like, being like, oh, you covered this, but not that. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't exist yet. Relax. I'm trying to get ahead of it. Anyway, they showed off a bunch of stuff. The overall presentation still feels weird and empty. It definitely feels like corporate overlords are informing us of what to be excited about. Please get excited. Does that make sense?
It's like, yeah, peasants, we're bringing you some new shit.
Yeah.
Get excited.
It feels very much like when it goes to the blue screens part where, like, the PlayStation, like, symbols are, like, rolling around and stuff. It's just like, hello, yes, this is the portion where you clap. You know? Like, I don't know what AI is algorithmically generating the State of Play, like, format showcase thing, but I would like it to stop. You know.
So I'm just going to say right now, apropos of nothing, give us $5.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Only the true fans know. No, I'm kidding.
Well, they are better.
real,
Like, we have to admit they are better.
real ones believe.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Possible quite true believers.
So I did what I have been doing with the recent marketing, and I have only pulled out the parts that I am excited about for discussion, because I don't care about zombie games. And there sure were a lot of zombie games.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
I did pull out one zombie game that I know I'm going to watch, but it's a zombie game that I've already seen before. They showed that Resident Evil 4 is getting remastered. I've already seen Resident Evil 4.
It is
So
not a
whatever.
remaster.
It's
Kagan.
pretty now. Whatever.
This is the remake.
It's a remake.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's pretty now. That's the difference. Anyway. I know I'm going to be seeing that because Alex loves the Resident Evil series, so I don't get a choice.
I think it's really funny to me because, like, one, I knew this was going to happen because that's what they're, like, they've been remaking the Resident Evil games, like, consecutively for, like, a new generation on the new hardware or whatever. But there are a very loud, very correct contingent of Resident Evil fans that regard Resident Evil 4 as a perfect video game. It holds up today, no matter where you play it, really. And they're going to remake it. The best that they can do is different. You know what I mean?
So, one of my favorite things that happened is, you know what started trending on Twitter during the presentation, Rocky?
Huh.
Just the words inventory system.
Ayo.
Real ones know. Real ones know. People are like, show me the inventory
Show it to me
system.
right now.
Yeah, show it to me, fucking cowards.
Show it to me right now. Gun to your head. Show it to me right now. I literally have to know.
So, like, the number of people were like, show me the inventory system on Twitter. It was amazing. Like,
they're correct. Like, they are. Like, they are asking the right questions because they know what's great about it. They understand greatness. Like, it's just... Ah, my God.
So I'm going to see that one. And then they said that Resident Evil 8 is also going to be in VR. And I think a number of other ones, but I don't zombie games, so...
Which also just puts into context that tweet that I sent Brian earlier this week.
Sure does. Sure does. I can't fucking wait for VR Lady Dimitrescu. It's gonna be... I can't wait for that. It's gonna be so funny.
Stomp Mommy is incredible.
There's gonna be a lot of... I want to see the first person that manages to, like, clip through the wall and actually get hit by the armoire that she throws.
Oh my god, yes! That's content right there.
That's the speedrun I want to watch, honestly.
Someone who actually speed runs rubbing their beaver on it. Like, it being the armoire.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get away from Resident Evil. I have to. So we're gonna talk... We're going to talk about Final Fantasy 16 for a moment, right?
Yeah, that came up at the end of the presentation.
Yeah, we're about
to
jump around.
This is fine. I just want everyone to know
it's a sushi boat.
That's where that was.
Yeah.
This is the sushi boat of the presentation.
So fucking Final Fantasy 16, they showed a lot of shit. They showed gameplay. They showed more of the characters. They gave us a bit of the voices. And I could not give less of a shit. I don't care about this.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm kind of upset about it because this was one of the things that was like floating in the back of my mind for like the past year and a half. Like, I wonder what Final Fantasy 16 is gonna be like. I hope it's dope. But it's just like, I don't know. It's like full action combat and like super cinematic summons, and like I feel like it's, Devil May Cry Light, which is cool. There are a lot of people that are gonna be super into that. But, like, I feel like it's one of those things where, like, I'm gonna press a button and then, like, 82 things happen, and it's like, when do I get to play the game, And I don't know if that's gonna happen. Like, I feel like it's gonna be Kingdom Hearts 3 all over again, except for characters I don't know.
That's fair.
And, like, some people are gonna have a great time. Like, there are gonna be people that absolutely love this game. It's gonna be their favorite video game for, like, the rest of their lives, and I can't care about it. I don't have it in me, and that fucking sucks. Because I like playing Final Fantasies whenever they come out. But shit.
So one of the things I thought felt weird is I had been trained by Final Fantasy 15 to have the development cycle of Final Fantasy become a weird, unholy mess where I expect multiple multi-year delays.
Sure, yeah.
Right. And so to hear...
That's just Nomura, though. Like, you gotta blame Nomura for that one.
Yeah. And so to, like, hear, like, Final Fantasy 16 coming next year, and, like, and even if it gets kicked out by a year...
Sure.
That's still normal video game time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, it's like, do you remember that time that Final Fantasy 15 took 9 years to develop, and like they're like, hey, well, you want to go see a movie in theaters?
You mean back when it was Final Fantasy 13? Yeah, I remember.
Well, by the time there was the movie in theaters, it was Final Fantasy 15.
That's true. Yeah. Fucking Kingsglaive or whatever the fuck.
But still, like, Final Fantasy 13 versus, and then you're like, okay, and then they're like, no, now it's such a big boy, now it's Final Fantasy 15, and like, go see this movie, and it'll be fine, we promise. And like, we full on got into like everybody was Rocky Morby territory where they didn't believe it until they went to the store and got the box.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then like, there were people who were like, I don't care until I get home and
see
open
that
the
there's
box.
an actual fucking disc inside. I've played this game. I've been burned before. And they're like, no, baby, we promise.
Yeah.
And then there were other people who were like, I don't care. The disc can be blank. Fuck them. They're liars. Like...
They were right. I mean, they weren't right, but they were justified in feeling that way.
Right. And so, like, it's weird because, like, I just kind of, like, had calibrated my brain to expect that.
Sure. Okay.
And so when they're like, here's Final Fantasy 16, it just looks like a video game.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? Honestly, like, I could give less of a shit about, like, the nuances of this combat system or whatever, or any of these voices.
It felt kind of reminiscent of when the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer came out, and I was like, can't wait to see this in 20 years. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, my first thought was like, this is gonna be great in 20 years.
Oh my god. No.
So I don't think it's just you. I think we don't know when to expect it, even though they say it's gonna be there.
Right. I don't believe them unless they say it's going to be an ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, it's not an ordeal.
Yeah, I get that.
It looks, from a lore perspective, it looks like it will be quite fascinating. Unfortunately, I don't care about Final Fantasy lore. I had to pick a battle, and I picked The Legend of Zelda, so...
Right.
I mean, so, like... Final Fantasy's not about continuous lore anyways.
Yeah, it's really not, but, like, the summons are all, like... I recognized every single summon name that they said. That's gotta count for something.
That's true. Yeah, that's definitely something that they do. For sure.
I'm like, I know who those are. I have done that in the Final Fantasy, the one with Yuna in it. Not the one where she's a cool songstress, the other one.
There is a thing that, like, could have been interesting if I could deign to care about this video game, which is, that the summons appear to be actual people.
Yeah! That seems neat as fuck, actually.
Yeah, it's like, Titan's a dude, and he can also turn into the giant, like, kaiju dude. That's sick, right? And it's just like...
It is sick, but, like, what does that mean?
Like, whatever.
Why do I care?
Yeah.
I don't know.
My answer is that I don't care. Like,
See, and that's a problem. Like, your answer is that you don't care, and that's a problem.
Yeah. Fucking Final Fantasy, whatever. It's... I have so many other things I could play that, like, I can't give them my attention anymore. Like, it would be a disservice to like, my interaction with the industry. Like, holy shit.
Right.
Can't wrap myself up in this nonsense. Who cares? Jesus. What else do we want to talk about?
They announced a couple zombie games. The one I want to highlight is, what's it called? Let me look. I messaged it to Alex. The Callisto Protocol. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because that gave me big, like, Dead Space vibes. Like, Alien Isolation, Dead Space combo, if that makes sense. And so that is a game that I'm sure I will be seeing that I do not care about.
I mean, it seems like a good spook, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like it's a good spook, but I feel like it'll either be short or the spook will wear off too quickly, if that makes sense.
Maybe so.
Like, sustained spook is a problem.
I mean, sustained spook is hard.
Sustained spook is hard. So I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Well, okay. Most of the team that is working on the Callisto Protocol are people who left EA and were responsible for the creation of the Dead Space franchise.
That makes sense.
This is why I love having Brian on the show, because he knows shit.
He does know
I don't know shit about shit.
Right. So if we're going to trust people to terrify us on the reg, the people who created
Yeah, they
Dead
know what
Space.
they're doing. You know what? I feel a lot better
Yeah.
about this video game, actually. 10 out of 10, I already hate it. Yeah, can't
But
wait
in
to
a
have
good way.
nightmares in, several months. It'll be a blast for somebody.
Yeah.
Sure won't be me, though.
Yeah. It is literally like most of the creative lead team from Dead Space.
Mhm.
Like, because after Dead Space 3, those people all said, fuck it, left EA, went and got some seed money, started a studio, and this is what happened. So,
They said, you won't let us make a scary
Yeah,
video
they
game
all-
anymore, so we're going to make our own scary video game.
pretty much. And they also, like, waited to start talking about the game until the year they were ready to ship, which is also, like, remarkably unusual in this industry because they're shipping in December. So,
But also very smart.
yeah.
Take note, literally every other video game company.
I think that, like, this year, because, like, the industry's still weird, or still feeling chip shortage plus COVID,
Mm-hmm.
as far as, like, hardware availability. And so, like, there's not a super lot which is scheduled for Q3 and Q4 this year. So, like, I think they're fine. I think they're fine with their, like, we're coming out in December.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
They're-
think it'll be good.
Because between, like, December money plus, like, Q1, everyone has their tax. That's also why Q1 is great, tax return time. Like, they'll be fine. They're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, good on them. I can't wait to play it on my Steam Deck.
So excited for you.
Yeah.
You'll have to tell me how scary it is. I won't experience it. Or I'll
Yeah.
experience it as little as possible, honestly.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Well, I'm glad I could tell you something that actually makes you give slightly more of a shit about it.
Yeah, no, that means I'll be able to tell Alex about it. He really likes the Dead Space games, so
Yeah.
he'll be very excited to hear it's like people he already knows can handle a spooky game.
Yep. What else do you care about, Tegan?
I only kind of care about the Horizon Call of the Mountain game.
Okay.
Only a little bit. And I mean that very honestly. I only care a little bit. I am disappointed that we're playing a white guy. I'm fucking tired of playing white guys.
Well, Tegan, have you seen the Family Guy meme?
There are
No.
several Family Guy memes, Brian.
Okay.
I don't watch Family Guy also, so like I wouldn't know, like, if you told me what episode it was from, I wouldn't know that either.
There is a Family Guy meme
Mhm.
of someone holding up a series of color swatches.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, the traffic stop one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And here we are. It's funny, though, because, like, I hear them trying to get the Tegans back into it with the way they're talking about it, where they're like, hey, everybody, Horizon Call of the Mountain is deeply vital to Horizon lore.
Yeah, no, I fucking believe that. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm gonna have to play it. I don't have to be happy about it, though.
Yeah, but, like, to, like, hear them, like, holding the Tegans of the world hostage.
Yeah, they have me at gunpoint at this point. They're like, you're gonna play this game because it's got fucking lore and you're gonna need it for the next goddamn game. And I'm like, man, I'm like looking at this thing. I'm like, okay, we're in a boat with two other Karja people, right? Cool. And then, like, I see my hand and I'm like, I'm a fucking white man? Really? Really? Do I have to be a white man? Is that an option? I can be something else. I would like to not be a white man, if at all possible. That would be cool. If I can change that, if that's something I can choose at the beginning, cool. I'm fine with that. I'll be back on board. But, like, I really do not want to be a white dude. After being Aloy and having such a cool cast of, like, fun supporting characters who are all really well built out and designed and, like, flourishing as beautiful POC people, like, why can't I be anyone else except a white man?
Well, please, Tegan, please
Please
understand
understand.
that white men are not satisfied by being part of a tapestry. They must be the whole quilt.
Fuck that.
I'm fucking tired.
Like, honestly, I'm this close. You can't see me, but you know how close my fingers are. We know this about each other, but, like, I am this close.
You can't see me, you can sense it.
To, like, potentially never playing as a white man ever again. Like, I play enough video games where I don't have to do that anymore. If I don't want to. And, like, sometimes I do, and it's like, it's fine. It's a nice little vacation. Now it's a vacation for me. But, like, there's so much more going on.
Right? When you're playing a horror game, you have to play as a white guy, otherwise you will not make it to the game. Those are the rules.
Imagine?
You know?
I mean...
Imagine a game where the white guy dies first. And he's not, like, the comic relief. That'd be amazing. I would like that. You know? But, like...
I have an idea.
Listening? What up?
Video game industry leaning close. We're about to give
Let's
you
get
money.
It's the best idea.
Resident Evil 8 David Schwimmer edition.
Fuck you. Piece of shit.
No, you don't mean that, Rocky.
Oh my god.
Replace all of Ethan's VO.
Just David Schwimmer? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, present day, they just fly him in. Just have him re-record all the lines? Oh god.
Who's?
He's Ross from Friends, Tegan.
Oh, okay. I know who that is. Vaguely. I haven't watched an entire episode of Friends in my entire life, but I know who that is, kind of.
Honestly, man, Friends kind of sucks. Like, it's kind of fucking trash.
What's this kind of shit?
Fucking go, Brad.
That's right.
God.
At this point, the cherries are giving me power.
This is the express opinion of the show as a whole. Friends fucking sucks.
Friends
The TV show and the franchise. Actual friends, IRL people who you care about on an emotional level, those are great.
Yeah, those guys are cool.
But yeah, the TV show...
See, this is why we say Friends
Throw it
is
out.
trash, and not Friends are trash.
Trash. Right, exactly. Important distinctions that need to be made in an auditory-only medium.
Good lord.
But yeah, I don't want to play as a white man. And they're gonna make me play as a white man. I'm not gonna be happy about it. They're gonna make me. I'm being forced, and it's not fun.
Just watch a playthrough of the VR game, and then, like, be done with it.
I might have to. So I do have a PlayStation VR system. It is from the VR, from whatever came out with the PS4.
Yeah.
I don't know if it works.
True.
But if I could get it to work, I could just play the game myself, and I wouldn't have to watch, a white man online playing a white man online. Playing my Horizon game. My Horizon game. So...
white man. Oh my god.
I want to tell you about a TikTok account I follow, which I love.
Uh-huh.
So basically, the whole point of this TikTok account is to either delight people who have a soul,
or
to troll people who don't.
Amazing. Okay.
And
sounds great already.
So, like, here's a recent series of TikToks she did, which made people angry who have no souls. She's like, here's my guide to a run-through of Elden Ring where you build a pink sword.
Okay.
And so she's like, here's my pink sword build in Elden Ring, because, as you know, Elden Ring is the girliest game ever.
It is the girliest game ever. It's got crafting, and you can harvest all the little plants and shit. That's girly shit.
And so she did, like, all these videos about, like, the crafting and harvesting Elden Ring. She's like, and here's how I built my pink sword, because I love my girly Elden Ring game. And, like, there's all these people in her comments are like, and she's
right,
like,
yeah. Elden Ring isn't a girly game.
And she's like, it is. It's so girly, friend. I'm glad you like a girl's game. And, like, this is her MO. This is what she does with videos.
If you fucking get mad about people calling games with crafting when you specify in your, like, brain somewhere that crafting games are only for girls, like Cooking Mama and shit, then don't fucking get mad when we call your fucking stupid game about crafting girly.
Right. And like, so, shit. like, this is what she, like, does as an MO. Like, she'll, like, find some game, and she'll like, hey, everyone, I just want to let you know, like, I'm playing that...
New girly game!
new girly game just dropped. It's Call of Duty, and like this is what she does.
Oh my god.
Like just like watch like TikTok like flip every time she posts a video, just fucking delights me. I'm honestly surprised I haven't like sent videos along already from this account.
I think I saw one from this person who was like, my top girly games. Number 1, it's got to be The Witcher.
Yep, that's her. That's her.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah, like I follow this account and I love it.
Oh my god, that's so good. Good
Yeah.
for her. You know what? Fair. I just don't want. Like, I'm mad about it, and I just got to play, like, a white girl. Like, I can't imagine anyone else being thrilled about this. You know? Except for the dudes who are like, yeah, I get to play a white man. You don't ever get to see the white man, so I guess that's fine, but, like...
You know who's really excited for this new Horizon game? The people who complained that Steven Universe didn't have enough strong male role models.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! You're right!
Psychic damage.
Brian's down for the count.
Like,
Wild to me.
Oh man!
So,
I remember seeing that happen in real time. I was like, "Dog, are you guys serious?" What's
did
happening
remember
right
that
now?
happening
So
in real time. God.
I watched a movie on Friday after I got off work called Fire Island.
Oh, okay, for sure.
And what it is a comedic retelling of Pride and Prejudice set in queer POC community who are like weekending on Fire Island. And
Okay, this sounds fucking great.
and
It
Already.
is
it's
great.
such
It's
a
on
good
Hulu.
movie. And like I delighted in it and it made me so happy. And like one of the things I thought when I was watching the movie, because like I'm a weirdo, is like I actually thought like it's so amazing that there are media out there, movies, games, books that allow me to dwell in someone else's lived experience. Like people who like sit there and go like I only like things if they let me like taste with my own taste buds. Life has to be incredibly boring for those people. Like I want things that make my heart grow bigger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like I want things that like give me a better window into other people. Be they books, be they movies, be they games. And so like when someone's like, oh no, I'm only going to like Horizon if it's a guy who lives in his mom's basement and has a forbearance on his student loan. Fuck yourself forever. Fuck yourself forever. Like, people are real. People, like, have lived experiences. They're not all yours. Eat shit. Not every game needs to be about you. That is the end of my TED Talk. It was a short TED Talk.
It was a good TED Talk.
Yeah.
It was important.
Oh,
I was just excited. I was so, like, Horizon is such a good cast of characters, too. I couldn't have played as literally anybody else. Literally anybody else. It had to be a white carja dude, like... Fine, I guess. I'll do it. I won't be happy about it, but I'll do it.
You know what I am happy about?
What are you happy about?
I'm happy about Street Fighter 6's like new presentation.
Yeah!
yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Street Fighter 6.
I think there's a lot of good stuff that's happening. You know, Ken's luck has finally run out, so like now he actually has to get his shit together. It's beautiful. I am interested in the fact that focus attacks are back, because I think that was a really fun thing from Street Fighter 4 that like 5 just kind of skipped over because it wasn't fast enough. I think it's interesting that you have both classic button mappings, but kind of like Marvel like style mappings where you have basically a 4-button fighting game and like single button specials. You can throw a Hadouken just by pressing triangle now. You don't have to quarter turn if you don't really want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Shoryuken is just like up triangle instead of like the Shoryuken motion. I do like that Metro City is kind of a condensed world that you'll explore. I am interested to see how far it'll go, but like apparently you can use moves like in the overworld. Like they have a clip of like Luke basically uppercutting like a crate or something, which is nuts to me personally. I hope they really swing for it and we get something closer to like Yakuza than like I don't know, GTA, I guess.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and like, you know, the fighting looks good. granted, like, we're looking at a potentially, like, leaked character listing, but the characters that were leaked, like, what we're seeing so far, look really, really cool. I'm very excited for the future of Street Fighter.
All right, so I have the most important question about Street Fighter 6.
I'm listening.
Because we have been, for the past several Street Fighters,
Mm-hmm.
in the revving the engines in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift moment.
Okay.
Are we now past Street Fighter 3?
Actually, I don't think so. But the thing is, Chun-Li does look older, which is important.
Chun-Li looks a lot older.
I mean, they could be, right? Because I know, like, 5 is supposed to be, like, before the events of 3. Cammy, I think, still had her old outfit in 3, so I don't think... Oh, no! Cammy's not in Street Fighter 3. Like, at all. That's right. I forgot about that. She's in Alpha 3, but she's not in, like, Third Strike.
Something else that feels kind of telling about this roster is I don't see no Bison,
True.
which feels like a Bison is dead roster.
Oh, that's right. There's fucking timeline bullshit. I forgot.
But, like, if I remember correctly, I think Bison was a DLC character in 5, too, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it was a launch character, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, so I suppose they could be like, haha, here is Bison, but...
I think we're past Street Fighter 3. I'm gonna put my cards on that.
I could see this being before Street Fighter 3 because Cammy's still here. They could, very well, like, include Cammy post Street Fighter 3 but she wasn't there, and it was kind of weird that she wasn't. But it is Metro City, and, like, the version of Metro City that we saw in the trailer... No, it could very well still be before Street Fighter 3. Fuck.
If we're including Metro City, you know the shit I need in the DLC.
Yeah, we gotta have some Final Fight characters and shit.
Yeah, like that's mission critical.
I mean, they've been making the rounds lately. Like, there's like a bunch of them like showing up in KOF.
Yep. Final Fight does show up in Street Fighter V DLC, so man, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, give me Hagar. I've been asking for a long time nicely.
Hagar's definitely going to show up.
Yeah.
What did they give Hagar, like, the, Oh no, why am I forgetting his name? The guy that goes to jail. In Street Fighter 5, he throws rocks and shit.
Fuck.
Brian, he's from Final Fight. He fights with a pipe sometimes. He's also the mayor.
That is Hagar.
No, not Hagar, because Hagar's
the mayor, goddammit.
Oh my god. I'm just going to look at the roster, because, like,
We say the guy that's the mayor from Final Fight, that's Hagar.
I know what you're saying, but, like, I'm talking about someone else.
Okay. Chun-Li's face has lost her remaining baby pudge.
Right.
She's got better bangs. And better control over her makeup. This is after. This is older.
Okay. Also, the character I was thinking of was Cody.
Yeah.
Because Cody definitely has, like, a suit in it, and I think he is actually, like, portrayed as, like, the mayor at the moment. But, yeah. Cody succeeds Mike Hagar as the new mayor of Metro City. Though he's bored with the bureaucracy of the position and misses fighting the city gangs, he secretly enjoys his new life. It's Cody.
So, like, they showed the, like, roaming world, open world, like, single-player element, which kind of feels like they're finally marrying the two franchises. When they were showing, like, the single-player element where you're roaming Metro City, it's like, this is Final Fight. In no way does this not feel like Final Fight. I really hope I'm punching barrels for turkeys. Like,
For sure.
Yeah. Did you get the same vibe, Rocky? Like,
not really. I do think it's interesting that you are able to, like, use, like, fight moves while you're walking around, like, the world or whatever. But that feels like something that happens more often in, like, Yakuza. But, like, also, there's a distinct split between combat in, like, that game in particular. And they didn't show any, like, beating up dudes in, like, the open world. So, like, I'm not sure if, like, that's going to be, like, the quest shape. Or, like, just, like, a major, like, interaction in the loop. But maybe they're just not prepared to talk about that yet.
I would love if, like, the Metro City single-player stuff looked like Yakuza. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like give me like depressed dad Ken who's on like depressed dad Ken quests, which are all his own.
One of the things that we've talked about on the show that I've said for years, that like single player experiences are flat in like fighting games. Like they don't feel like meaningful anymore. Like even at the time it was just like a chance for you to play without like playing in the arcade, and the goal was to get to an arcade and play with someone else, or it's like some sort of like pastime while you're waiting for like the next person to put a quarter in or whatever. And like single player experiences aren't like that anymore. If this turns out to be like a more like bespoke like single player experience, like it'd be cool if there was a real incentive to like play with all the characters and do all of their stories in like Metro City to build into some larger narrative. That could be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Again, I have no idea if that's going to happen, but like, you know, there's a chance.
No, sure. I get you. Like when we talk about like the twin evolution of Street Fighter 2 and Final Fight, because you know, like remember, like both of those games could have been called Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That one of them definitely delivered what I would call like a satisfying single player experience. Like it is plenty fun to go like, you know what? I've got 45 to an hour to kill. Let's go ahead and run through Final Fight. And then, like Street Fighter 2, you're like, well, I guess I've played through Street Fighter 2. Why didn't I just, like, watch Happy Gilmore with this time instead? You know,
yeah, I get that.
Like, the single-player experience of Street Fighter games is just not there. However, the single-player experience of, like, Final Fight games is just superb. So to, like, marry these universes formally and create, like, a real focus on single-player would just be, like, superb. Recognize that there are people like me who don't necessarily, like, want to, like, go online and get into a competitive scene, but also like the weird lore bullshit. Like, Mortal Kombat has always been good about, like, hey, are you here for the weird lore bullshit? You know, we got you. I would love to see Street Fighter catch up in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man. So, Rocky, I want to hear, like, more of your thoughts on, like, the Smash brothering of the control schemes and, like, the way Capcom is talking about it. Like, Capcom is calling, like, the classic, like, control schemes which require, like, you know, like, rotating the joystick to do, like, special moves classic. And then, like, the modern control scheme, which requires, like, single button input or single button plus direction, modern. How do you feel about it?
I think it's fine. Again, I don't know if I call it the Smashfication. I understand why it's like simplified because like the specials are like that, I guess. But it does remind me a lot more of like Marvel, like specifically, especially Marvel 3. I like Classic. I wonder if they're going to differentiate it in gameplay. I would like to see them do something similar to the way that like Grand Blue Versus like handled it, where your specials are mappable and you can just press like a single direction button and they go off. But if you do the inputs, like you get reduced cooldowns, you get sometimes they like turn out to have more damage or special properties. Like those things make sense. So like there's still like a reward for like learning that, because like I know the way that like motion inputs have always been like set up is a balancing mechanic, right? Like to do like the Shoryuken, like the DP, like it's supposed to put you at risk, and that's why you have to like press forward before you do it, and then like do like the Z motion and whatnot. And like up button does something similar. Like if you get hit out of it too early, like if you don't get the input out, then like you're just stuck jumping in the air and you get anti-aired, which like accomplishes the same thing.
Right.
And so I think that I guess like they call it modern versus classic, like simplified or technical versus like simplified versus technical inputs have been a thing at a few fighting games to middling success. And more often than not, what it does is that it gets more people playing, which is obviously what Capcom wants and earnestly what Capcom needs. So, like, I'm cool with it. It's fine.
So, one thing that, like, Capcom has, like, clarified in, like, responses to the media is that, like, they said that people who pick classic and people who pick modern are going to be
on like the same MMR online, and their response is like, well, their skill is going to establish where they are in the MMR.
Right.
Because whether or not you have simplified inputs for specials and combos, because that's another thing which needs to be clarified. There are simplified inputs for combos.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not you have simplified inputs for combos does not teach you how to like handle like foot placement and positioning. Like that is entirely separate shit.
Well, like that's another thing that has been a misconception for decades, literally. The inputs aren't like the challenge of the game, really, right? Like it's the decision making. That's what you're supposed to.
Right.
That's the thing that determines whether or not you're a good player. Like if I never use a special move ever again, and I beat you because I use footsies and normals, that's because I understand the game better than you, and that's all there is to it. And so, using like modern versus classic inputs and like simplified inputs for combos is definitely like a double-edged sword either way. Like for example, in modern inputs, you don't have a differentiation between kicks and punches anymore. They're just light, medium, and heavy attack. And depending on like the context of where you are in the space, that's what button is going to come out. Like you don't have control over that anymore. And so like classic will obviously give you more control over your combos and like the ability to determine different routes that you want to go down. And there will be things that work, and there will be things that work better in certain situations. The best way that I liken it is like the auto combos that exist in Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Like there is a light combo that like will take them into the air and back onto the ground, a medium combo that ends with a super, and a heavy combo that's shorter that ends in a heavy knockdown. I wouldn't be surprised if Street Fighter 6 has something similar for like their auto combos or their basic combos, but the people that like learn how to play it at a higher level don't use those combos at all because they don't satisfy the requirements of what they need at higher levels of play. And so it's something that's designed to get more people to play, to engage in the space, which is what matters. And it doesn't seem like, even if they are like on the same MMR based on their buttons, that they would be detrimentally affected by like someone who like decides to learn the combos. I do think there will be some people that will be misguided and like instead of like embracing modern for like their understanding of the game so that they can focus on the macro, dive directly back into classic, and then when they struggle against people that understand the macro that don't have an execution barrier in front of them, will yell about it on the internet. That is absolutely a thing that's going to happen, and I'm going to laugh at them without mercy. I'm going to be doing it for months.
Like, I am looking forward to picking modern, so that way I can actually focus on learning to play chess.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing I'm like, oh, neat. Like, because there is a space in fighting games, which I acknowledge exists, and I rarely get to experience. I think that, like, honestly, the only place I really get to experience it online is, like, when I dive into the, like, barely populated dive kick online space. Where, like, dive kick is like, okay, look, you know, the most important part of fighting games is jockeying for position. And that's not a thing that I routinely get to experience. The thing I routinely get to experience is, oh, while I was squatting 3 inches in front of you, you figured out I don't know what I'm doing, and so that way you just shoryuken me to death.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
That's rough. Like, when people can, like, smell rookiness or lack of familiarity with inputs, they're like, oh, you know what? With you, I'm not even going to play the game the way the game should be played. Like, I've smelled who you are, so I'm not even going to play the game. I'm just going to, like, shoryuken you to death and then go on to my next match, and I'm going to laugh about your existence. Like, that's very frustrating, because I would like to play the game, which is, like, jockeying for footsies. I want to play that game. And people are like, no, I refuse to play that game with you because I sensed who you are. And now I'll just, like, uppercut you to death or fireball you to death and then laugh about you afterwards. Like, that sucks.
I agree that sucks, but...
Oh, here's the part where you say, like, but that's part of the game, Brian.
No, like, that's them actually playing the game. Because, like they're playing it on a simpler level. Like, I get that, because it does look frustrating, where it's like, oh, they're not doing combos anymore. And it's because they don't have to, but that's not them refusing to play the game anymore. That's them, like, mitigating risk to the point where they don't have to, like, punish themselves or extend themselves into something that's dangerous.
And that
like,
means that the way that, like, various game developers do MMR is bad.
I'm not sure that's true. For example, like, in tournament play, right? Like, which tournaments are exhausting. You're in a big convention center that's always way too hot with possibly hundreds of people, and you're just trying to get to your next game every time. And so when you realize that, like, they don't know how to respond to a single thing, you could continue to try to style on them, but on the off chance that they know how to respond to that, you'll just lose. And then, like, now you're out of the tournament, or you're dropped into losers, and you don't want to do that, so you don't take the risk. You do what works until they figure it out.
I guess that's my fault, Rocky, because I've been registering for all these high-stakes tournaments.
Okay, they're playing in a competitive environment, and their goal is to win. Once they realize they don't have to take more risk, why should you? That's what I mean. I agree that, like, fighting games is a wonderful place for, like, expression, and, like, that expression is really interesting, but, like, I feel like it's not... I guess it's similar to the idea of, like, non-interaction that we were talking about before, that I don't have to interact as much to get the result that I want. And, like, part of that is pulling that interaction out of other people. But,
And so, like, if what someone discovers is that all they have to do is play solitaire, there is a fundamental difference between a turn... Oh, Christ, and I can't believe I've invited the speech again.
I'm not saying it. Go ahead.
Like, there is a fundamental difference between something which is explicitly stated by the developer as a turn-based card game and something which is a fighting game, where if someone says, like, I choose to not interact with you because of my understanding of your skill level, like, that is, like, deeply maddening, deeply humiliating, and, like, doesn't leave a space for learning.
Okay.
You know, like, if you just, like, see me and you're like, I'm going to spam fireballs until you die, and then, like, repeatedly, as the thing shows the victory, like, screen, just squat over and over and over again until it stops letting me do controller inputs. Then, like, what have I learned?
Okay. No, I get that.
Yeah. Because, like, it took me a day in a strictly turn-based environment to figure out how to deal with Curse Lock. Like, it was like, oh, if I have 10 cards in hand, you get fucked. Fuck you. I have 10 cards in hand.
Right.
But this is not a strictly turn-based environment. And I know there are weirdos who claim that fighting games are turn-based. It's not. It's not.
It's not true, but okay.
Oh, no.
No, I'm the one that said it. I did the speech, but, like, either way. The truth is, like, there is interaction. Like, that's usually how it goes. Like, there isn't a character in a Street Fighter roster that has no answer for fireballs. That is fundamentally untrue. And the thing is, like, because you don't know what it is, like, I understand why it's, like, frustrating. The game is not going to tell you, hey, do a Tatsu here. Like, I get that. That totally makes sense to me. But, like, there are interactions, and, like, the thing is that if they're trying to get a win, like, I guess begrudging them for you not discovering how to deal with the strategy feels uncouth.
The problem is that, like, fighting game developers, and I don't care if it's Capcom, NetherRealm, whoever, have, like, settled into this space where they're like, training mode that actually makes someone a viable player online. Why would we ever?
I mean, the meta for online stuff is going to change all the time, though.
It's not the meta. Like, it's just, there's too many things going on that, like, it's not reasonable. It's actually, like, a damn near impossible ask, specifically, without, like, super simplifying the game. Even stuff like Fantasy Strike is, like, iffy. Like, you can go through the tutorial, they can teach you fighting game fundamentals, and you could sit there for an hour and do the tutorial, and you still might just get rocked in your first game. That'll just fucking happen. Because sometimes, like, the difference between who you're playing because you're starting a new game at the same as someone else who's been dripped in fundamentals for decades, like, is just going to happen. It's a complicated issue related to, like, the subject matter and, like, the population that regularly engages with it. And, man, I don't know. Like...
But like, the difference between, like, say, Fantasy Strike and Street Fighter is like Fantasy Strike is going to explicitly communicate to me that like the size of his life bar is smaller than the size of my life bar. Like things like that.
Okay. Sure.
Like there are people for years who have played Street Fighter and been like, I don't get it. Like, I'm Chun-Li and you're Zangief. Like, why is it that you do this thing and that takes away half of my life bar?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, and like, that's the thing that like Street Fighter never tries to teach the player. That,
Sure.
Like, the size of like people's life bars are actually different, despite the fact that they're represented as the same size on screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that is a real thing.
No, it's real.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning it.
And there's no place where this like invisible baseline understanding of like fighting games is taught.
It depends on the game, is what I'd say. It's definitely not a mainstream thing. Street Fighter does kind of think of itself as like above teaching people what fighting games are. That's true. But there are definitely plenty of fighting games with like great tutorials.
If Street Fighter wants to be the Mario of fighting games, then it needs to not be above.
I'm not sure if Street Fighter is saying we are like the definitive fighting game plays as much as everyone else who just buys it based off name recognition. You know? Maybe people could stand to get angrier at Street Fighter for what it is. And that makes sense to me. But like there are definitely plenty of games that like are trying to fill that niche that have been pulling people away from Street Fighter for years.
Hell, Smash is one of those places.
Yeah.
Smash doesn't do health bars though.
Yeah.
They do the damage percentage, and the damage percentage goes up to the same colors for all the characters.
That's true. Well, like, some characters are heavier than other ones. Mm-hmm. For the most part, like, kill percentages are generally the same. Like, across, like, the various games, if you get someone post 100%, you have a better chance of killing them than you would if you hit them from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, even then, like, heavier characters can be, like, footstooled in ways that, like, can kill at 0% if you do it right. And so, like, I think, like, as far as, like, health or durability goes, like, Smash has a much more uniform system than, like, Street Fighter does.
Yeah. Post 100% in Smash, regardless of character, means the same thing. I get a strong enough hit on you, you're going flying off the edge of the screen, you're done.
Well, discounting DI, but you know.
Sure.
But yeah, like, I agree that Street Fighter doesn't do a great job of teaching its players. And I don't know. I don't know if I've ever said it before, but I definitely wouldn't recommend Street Fighter as, like, someone's first fighting game anymore. Like, they don't do enough, truly. And, like, maybe they're doing more with 6. Maybe they've learned more of their lesson, but we'll see what happens. I'm hopeful, which is more than I could say that I was for 5, but... Okay, so this has been a setup, because I mentioned Sharpie like an hour ago, but Brian plays Skullgirls.
Oh, I really should play Skullgirls.
I know you should. That's why I'm telling you on this podcast program that we make.
The fucking problem... No, not a problem. You know what? There is no problem.
I know there isn't.
The problem is that Brian's going to forget in 20 minutes that he's supposed to be playing Skullgirls and say he's going to spend more money on Street Fighter and then be upset.
I swear, I'm just going to send him... I'm just going to make a reminder. I'm going to make a bot that just tweets at Brian's account every day to play Skullgirls.
Amazing. Do it.
Like, and I guess the cool thing about Skullgirls is, like,
just fucking Skullgirls right now.
Full real controller inputs and real training is available on literally every platform. So if I'm like, I'd like to fuck off and play Skullgirls on my iPhone, there is literally, like, blended cross-platform play, and I will get the same controller inputs on my backbone that I would on a PlayStation or PC.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Which is really fucking cool. Like, Jesus Christ, why isn't Skullgirls bigger, Rocky? Like, this is a great point. Like, why isn't Skullgirls huge? Is it because of jackoffs like me who are like, I'd like to be Ryu?
That's part of it.
Yeah, it's definitely part of it.
Actually, Brian, why Skullgirls is not popular is a rabbit hole that I would like for you to go down. It'll take you a while, but, like, I think you'll get a full picture, and then you'll probably want to talk about it.
Oh, this is a bad man.
Are you saying Rocky's a bad man? Because, no.
No, Skullgirls, man. There's a Skullgirls man who's bad. Fuck.
Oh, the original Skullgirls guy? Yeah, but he's gone.
He's gone.
We don't
so
talk
it's
about
fine.
him anymore. Yeah.
Hatsune Miku made Skullgirls. That's how that works. We already have a built-in solution for that
All I needed to do to find out why there's a bad man is I just type Skullgirls problematic into my browser.
one.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Amazing.
GG's.
Oh,
That's all it takes.
Jesus Christ.
You know what?
Yeah,
Sometimes
there's
it's
a
literally that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Y'all remember that time I used to go on DeviantArt on this show?
Used
Are you
to?
doing it again?
You did that like a month and a half ago. Are
When
you
did I
kidding
do
me?
that a month and a half ago?
Oh my god, I gotta find it. I'll fucking clip it for you next time. But like, you were just like, Brian, why are you on DeviantArt? And you said, and I quote, Rocky, you know what's wrong with me.
I mean, nothing you're saying there sounds like a lie. That all sounds
Oh
legitimate.
my god.
Oh man. Oh my god. I feel like I just like vibrated into a different dimensional plane with that laugh. Like,
Good. This is the alternate plane of existence.
Jesus Christ.
It's real.
You gotta let us know what your Berenstain thing is in this one.
Oh, I think they're Berenstons here.
Oh, fuck.
Like OHN and everything.
The Berenstons.
I hate this. You know what? I hate this reality. This is my least favorite reality. Can we go back?
Oh, Toshiro, in this dimension, you don't have freckles on your nose.
Oh, no. Not that. Oh, speaking of cats with freckles on their nose, we still have more games to talk about in the fucking state of play.
Yeah, no, don't we? No,
We do.
This Street Fighter thing. I mean, it's not all of it's going to make it to the show. Some of it's going to be Patreon content. It just has to.
It just has to. There's just so much. But that's okay. If you're a Patreon, or if you want to hear Brian's 1 hour's worth of thoughts on Street Fighter and why it should be a better franchise, give us $5.
I was also
Wait,
there.
did we do that? Did we do that?
Mixed bag.
Can we talk about Street Fighter for an hour?
Maybe like 35 to 45 minutes.
Yeah,
but,
something
you
like
know.
that.
We did talk about wholesome games too,
That-
and honestly, I feel like that's honestly, if I were to talk about shit that I want to sit here and plant a flag and say like that belongs in the main feed because I think it's important.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that's a flag that worth playing.
Wholesome can stay,
But,
I think. That's fine.
yeah. But yeah, Sony had other games they showed. Didn't they, Toshiro?
Yes.
Son?
Stray was announced.
Stray is literally the one I want to talk about next.
Yeah, I know. It has a really...
Which is good because I'm cuddling my son right now.
Yeah, and the main character in Stray, the cat, looks like my son, Nico. That's my boy. That's my boy. He's an orange. Good boy. Not a thought in that head. Great. 10 out of 10 character design. I will be playing that on stream.
Toshiro has several thoughts in his head. He's a smart boy. He's a good son.
Also,
Well, yeah, that's okay.
just
Nico's
a
dumb one.
absolutely diabolical move to make it free for those who subscribe to the new PlayStation Plus tiers.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm
Just-
pissed.
Absolute dastardly nonsense. Like, holy shit.
Like, I was going to spend money on the game anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, it is what it is. But making the cat game free to the people on the higher tiers of PlayStation Plus, bullshit. Unfair.
Yeah. Actually gross, right? Fuck.
They did what Nintendo did, and they said, we know that there are people who are going to pay for this, who'd be willing to pay anything for this. So we're going to make it here, and also you can buy it separately. Because that's what Nintendo did with the fucking Happy Home Designer DLC.
Yeah.
Like, they knew, you know?
Well, yeah, they knew. Like, I was like, what are they going to do to get people to buy into this thing? It's like, oh, it's out next month and it's free to the higher tiers? Jesus Christ, of course they did.
Right, exactly. And I saw that, and I was like, ooh. And I was like, no, Tegan. Standards.
Oh my god, this is the smartest thing they've done since, like, throwing all that money at that Spider-Man game.
It really fucking is.
It's so weird because, like, I'm looking at Stray and I'm looking at some Stray video right now,
Mhm.
and
Isn't it cute?
You know what I
it
wanna
looks
do?
so good.
I'm like, somebody might say to me, like, hello, we would like to give you this video game for free. And I say, you know what? I would much rather pay money for this video game
Yeah.
and play it on my Steam Deck.
Oh my god, amazing.
Because then I can play it curled up in fucking bed. Like,
Right, yeah.
play
No, I get it.
like that. Yeah, like that is the vibe.
I'm ready to spend money on this game. I'm also ready to play it on stream after I finish whatever the fuck I'm doing now on stream. But I want to play it so bad. It looks so cute.
Yeah.
I want to be the only cute, cuddly, fuzzy, soft animal in a 900-mile radius because of the cyberpunk future. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if the robots enjoy petting me. I would like the pets, please. Give them to me. I can't wait to be an absolutely annoying cat. It's gonna be great. It looks so cute. I'm ready. 10 out of 10.
Well, sure. Am I going to be the kind of cat who like rubs legs and like walks in little circles?
Are you? I don't know.
That's how I want to be, Toshiro.
They also showed Tunic, which we have seen before and is already out, and also Season A Letter to the Future, which is like gave me big Studio Ghibli vibes, so I'm probably picking that up as well. Let's be real.
Right.
You know how it is. It looks good. Anyway, and then the other thing that they showed that I want to talk about is Eternites.
Oh, that's the lewd hand-holding game.
Yeah, the lewd hand-holding game. The lewd hand-holding game.
I mean, the not wholesome game by definition.
Right, exactly. It's lewd because you hold hands. No, it's a dating sim.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like press X to hold hands or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Actually, I'm interested because it looks like... Well, from this, because I know this is not developed by Sony, but it does look like Sony greenlighting someone to take a second chance at Boyfriend Dungeon.
Yeah.
Which I'm interested in, because, like, Boyfriend Dungeon, I think, is still, like, ultimately a financial success, but, like, it definitely was hampered, especially in Critical Conversation, because of its, like, fallout with one of its characters. And so I'm interested to see how tightly this stuff is curated. Like, how sanitized does it come out to be?
Right.
See, I'm interested in the like, premise of it.
Okay.
The weird, like, tentacle arm, losing your arm, isekai sort of thing. I'm interested.
That sounds cool.
The writing that they showed gave me, like, Persona vibes, almost.
Hmm.
And so that's what I'm interested in.
So, like, the dev team for Eternites have specifically said, like, they're targeting that Persona feel.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is readily visible. And I think that there is a large portion of the Persona fan base that, like, wishes there was more romantic interaction in Persona. The amount of, like, Persona, like, fan art and fan fiction, which is like, and here's what it would be if I could do a kissing, it is real. So, like, I think that Sony is definitely onto something by featuring this at this event. There is a not insignificant percentage of the Persona fan base that, like, feels this about the game. And I guess, wandering back to our earlier conversation, and also talking about, like, the nature of role-playing, I don't necessarily think that people like role-play to just replicate who they are individually. There are definitely video games where I'm like, yes, please let me be a dirtbag. I want to be a dirtbag. But, like, when we were talking about Skyrim earlier, like, I specifically did not want to be a dirtbag in Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
But there are definitely video games where I want to be a fucking dirtbag.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, as a person who, like, dumped 100 hours into Persona 4,
Okay.
That's a lot of hours.
It's Persona 4.
or he's like, that's nowhere near the top end, Tegan. Settle down.
I mean, I am aware it is Persona, but, like...
Yeah. But, like, I definitely wish I could have done more, like, holding hands and kissing in Persona 4.
Okay.
And I think they get it. I think they fucking get it. It's a thing that feels like weirdly absent as an available choice in like in the role playing experience.
Isn't Persona 4 the one where you're like going in the TVs and fighting like death or nightmares or whatever?
Yes,
That's the one where you shoot yourself in the head?
It is the Nightmare on Elm Street Videodrome Persona.
Right.
Wait, shoot yourself in the head, I believe is Street Fighter, or it's Persona 3.
Street Fighter? Okay.
Yeah, shoot yourself in the head is Persona 3, but go in the TVs is Persona 4.
Right.
Persona 4 is the one where you spend a lot of time like hanging out at like a department store.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've mixed up my personas. Friends who are into like, Persona don't hate me.
You had two of them together. Like, go in the TV is Persona 4.
Yeah, I knew it was a Persona. I just didn't know which one.
Like Persona 4 is Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, and Persona 3 is Videodrome. Yeah. Let me do a kissing. Thank you, video games. That's not to say I will do a kissing, but I would just like to have a button mapping for do a kissing.
I would like up to like a confession. I don't know if I necessarily want to do a kissing. You know? But I would like an option to be like, hello, we are dating now. You know? I don't think I need to see more than that. I very much appreciate like the lower end of dating sims.
One thing I would like to not have happen, though, is to discover that the video game is meta and then a single character is going to kill all of the characters until I wholly interact with them. I don't need that.
You know what, though? I'd be okay with that. Ironically, I'd be fine with that. But I want the option to... I want to know that going in, if that makes sense. I want to know if there's a way, like, there's code in there to be able to, like, appease the character who understands that they are the one in the system, but will also allow me to, like, circumvent it because they could be like, oh, okay, you're trophy chasing. That's fine then, as long as you know you're only for me or whatever. Like, that would be okay,
So
I think.
you wouldn't put the disc in and then have it be like, look, there's a Monica.
Yeah. Monica exists. She is here, and she's very excited to meet you. Will you assure her that no one else will truly claim your heart? And I will say yes, and they will be like, cool, you can date other characters now. How can I do that to Monica? Very easily. She is fake. She's not a real person, so, you know, it's fine. But also, like, such is the nature of the dating sim, and in all realities where I have complete control over who I would have ended up dating in Doki Doki Literature Club specifically, Monica was my endgame girl, and I wanted to date her last because I thought I'd enjoy her the most. So,
yeah,
she's got that big bow energy. I love big bow energy. I can't help it. She seemed sensible and kind, and she started killing characters, so...
They told people that Spider-Man was coming to PC.
Yeah.
They did!
Which is a whole vibe.
I mean, tell me when they have the blood porn port. Otherwise, like, I don't care. I mean, like, I acknowledge that it's meaningful. You know, like, the Sony stands are obviously mad about it, but, like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't... This is one of those things where, like, I don't understand, like, why people get mad.
Wait, really?
Well, okay. I mean, I understand it from, like, a intellectual perspective.
Okay.
But then once I process their argument, I'm like, God, you're dumb.
I'm like, anger's not smart, man.
Because, like, if they sell more copies of Spider-Man, they can make more Spider-Man. Like, do they not get this?
I mean, I think that's something that they understand, but I don't think that's what they care about.
Oh, they want people to not be able to access Spider-Man.
Sorta, yeah. Like, the big deal is that, like, you know, I made a choice. I picked up this system because these are the games that I wanted to play, and if I was okay with not playing them, I wouldn't have bought this system. And then, you know, they get the system and it turns out it shows up someplace anyways, then that definitely fucks with their internal decision making. They've been spending all this time and energy basically just like, yeah, Sony's putting out cool shit and this the only place you can get it is on the Sony PlayStation. I'm glad I'm validated in my decision. And then, you know, this invalidates the decision.
I bought a PS5 specifically because Horizon was coming out on it. And then they said, oh, by the way, it's also going to be on the PS4. And I said, so I didn't need to buy a PS5 then.
Yeah.
And now I just have a PS5. I've been playing it obviously, because I played Horizon on it, but, like, I didn't need to. I could have played it on my PS4. It would have been fine.
Just the idea of, like, things which are exclusively, like, platform specific are ultimate.
I mean, they're lies.
The Legend of Zelda.
Are ultimately anti-consumer.
Sure. Yeah, ultimately.
Like, if you're like, okay, this thing is tethered to this one input method, like, you can only get Horizon this way, or you can only get Halo this way, or you can only get Zelda this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's anti-consumer! And so, like, when somebody says, like, there are multiple ways to experience this content, that's a good thing.
Yeah, but not for them, right? Like, that's why they're mad.
Right, not for
No,
the platform
like,
holder.
what's angry is that they're like, oh, this is, like, what makes them angry is that this isn't bad for someone else.
I don't know if it's that mean-spirited, like, at its core. I agree that it's expressed that way. Like, that totally makes sense to me, but, like, I don't know if, like, they're sitting there saying, like, ah, man, I can't say fuck the Xbox guys anymore, or fuck the PC Master Race, because they get whatever they want. Like, I get that. There probably are people that hold that in their heart and, like, fully express it, but, like, I feel like a lot of people, like, are just like, I tried to make the best decision I could about the video games that I wanted to play, and it turns out I had more options than I thought I had, and it's because Sony lied to me.
I mean, I have news for them for how this works. Sony would like to make money, and if Sony has a graph that says there is a significant enough percentage of people who are going to buy their video games only on PC, then they're like, well, then we need to put some of these games out on PC. And here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here we fucking are. Because, like, you know, there are Rockies. Like, Rocky made a decision going into this generation of consoles. Rocky said, I would like to buy a PC this generation.
Yeah.
And that is where he is. And, like, at the outset of the generation, one console manufacturer said, hey, man, that's cool. You can come to the rodeo with us. No big deal. And, like, it has been, like, it has been, like, fact and gospel for a while that if there was a Microsoft game that Rocky was interested in, he would be able to access it somehow.
Yeah, true.
But if there was a Sony game that Rocky was interested in, he would have to make a decision between buying a $500 paperweight or not playing the game.
Right.
And Sony's been like, you know what? We're more interested in having Rocky's money. And I think that's fine. I think that's fucking fine. Like, if Rocky owns a device that allows him to play the new games from Microsoft and the new games from Sony, I don't see a problem with that. Like,
Okay.
just, like, what just the weird way this incredible selfishness manifests just, like, blows my mind. Like, I only feel good about my $500 box if other people cannot play a video game. That's the only way I feel good. Like, alright, nerds.
I mean, like, lots of games that Sony releases eventually go to computer, you know? Nier's on PC, Horizon's on PC, like, it's not a big deal.
It is relatively new, though. Like, PS3 didn't really do that. PS2, like, even less so.
I think that's good, because all that does is, like, essentially renew the life cycle of those games, contributing to more sales for the company as a whole, and that tells them, hey, people like this franchise, we should make more of it.
That's true.
And that's ultimately, I think, what most gamers want, is more of their favorite franchises.
Right.
So, getting mad about a system coming to a separate console over a year after it was released on the initial thing, I don't think matters. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's fine. I think timed exclusivity is fine.
And I know that a lot of people like, really bristled because this particular Sony presentation came shortly after a Sony earnings call.
Mm-hmm.
And on the earnings call, Sony said, we need to throw more development resources at PC. Games are going, like, multi-year windowing for PC games is just not viable anymore. And it's like, yeah, that's probably fucking true. Like, telling people they need to wait 3-4 years to play a game on PC really isn't viable.
Mm-hmm. But like 6 months, I think, is viable. That's fine. You know?
It's definitely closer to the ballpark,
Yeah.
If I owned a major console, right? And they said, okay, in 2 weeks you'll be able to play this on PC. I'd be pissed that I bought the console. You know?
Yeah.
But like, oh, they have to wait 6 months or something. Like, that would feel fine to me as like a console holder, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People playing on PC for Xbox feels fine day one because specifically
it's still they own both things. They own the Microsoft and they own the Xbox. So like, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Like that's all the same company family, you know.
Yeah, the way they've managed the brand identity, like you know that if you have the game in both places, that like your save is going to live in both places. You're like, oh, like I'm playing this game now on my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Then you know that like your save from the console also lives on your laptop. Like it.
Right, they're managed together as a unit, and they're packaged together as a unit.
Exactly. Like, despite not being a single device like a Switch, it has a very Switch-like execution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And good on Microsoft.
Yeah. But with Sony, like, it makes perfect fucking sense. Like I honestly, I am surprised at this point that they have not announced, like, Bloodborne for PC. Like, God, the amount of money that they would clean up. Jesus.
It'd also be a pain in the ass to do. Because, like, you know, if they're going to do it on PC, like, they have to optimize it for, like, a higher frame rate than the game actually has. Like, I mean, they could definitely let people run it unlocked and people will still buy it or whatever, but, like, if that, like, goes badly, like, if stuff starts breaking, like, it'll be its own joke, but it's going to hurt sales in the way that they wish it hadn't.
I think that's a place worth spending money.
Yeah. So, like, it also takes time, so.
Yeah. You spend the money on bringing Yarnum to the world of PC, it's gonna manifest energy. Like, the amount of, like, time people have dumped into, like, weird, like, PC fan projects for Bloodborne, just because they have energy for, like, Bloodborne on their PC. The Bloodborne PS1 demake, or Bloodborne cart, that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people want to sit in front of their PCs and play Bloodborne.
Well, yeah.
Let them. Let them. Spend the money and let them. But at least they figured out with Spider-Man. I'd love to see them acknowledge, like, how much the Days Gone sales boosted that. Because, like, Days Gone did very well on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So, can we see a revised sales tool for Days Gone now? Like, come on, Sony. Like, this is new territory for you. Fucking, like, let it hang out a little bit. You know? Let it hang out like a hockey coach in the no-show. Just, like, let it hang out. Let it hang out. Rollerdrome. That's a video game.
Yep.
Not
sure is a video game. Not particularly interested in it, unfortunately. Like, the art style looks cool, but I am also not a fan of it, you know? It looks like it'll be neat for people who are interested in it, but I don't see it having, like, a particularly long life cycle.
It looks like it's courting people who want to play Jet Set Radio, but not courting them hard enough.
Yeah. There's a couple of, like, suitors who are trying to claim that missing fan base. I just don't think this is the one to do it.
Yeah. The thing that's going to get the Jet Set Radio people, this is not it.
Mm-mm.
It's weird, though, that, like, people seem to realize that there is a bunch of Jet Set Radio money on the table.
I mean, like, do you see how often it trends on Twitter?
I really do.
I don't.
It's like twice a month, Teeks, I swear to God.
I do see how often Breath of the Wild ends up trending on Twitter.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is a lot.
People in Japan keep finding new tech every day.
And, like, Hideki Naganuma is...
He's loud on Twitter. I love that guy.
That dude has kind of, like, accidentally become the weird face of the weird Jet Set Radio fan base.
Hell yeah.
And, like, I kind of love it. So, like, I think there's money there. I do think there's a lot of money there, but I think that it's going to take, like a reasonably sized publisher being like, you know what, let's throw some money at a Jet Set. Like, I know there's that I feel like there's a roller skate game without graffiti, which is on somebody's.
I know there's one coming out for Switch.
Oh, what's it called? New Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That has the look, and I know it's trying to have the sound, but like
It's not there. Like I like earnestly believe that this isn't going to come from like the whatever actually like captures the ethos of like Jet Set is not going to show up at one of these stage shows. I think like the idea itself is too risky because like there isn't a real way to make sanitized Jet Set Radio. I don't think that's possible at this point.
oh, it's a good thing that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk hasn't showed up on one of these shows.
It was in a Nintendo Direct, like
Was it?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I guess like
We could be wrong.
No. Like, I mean, we could be wrong, but we're not.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I do enjoy not being wrong, so.
Yeah, announcement trailer August 11th, so like August last summer. I think that's when it was announced.
Man. Someone get me Jet Set Radio.
Also, Naganuma actually did score Bomber Cyberpunk. It's like, it's close. I hope it works out, but I'm not sure it's it.
One of the things that like made Jet Set like have such a distinctive identity was like a very, very strongly anti-capitalist identity,
Mm-hmm.
which like Team Reptile has talked about with Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they put their attempting to collapse money where their mouth is.
I mean, I hope they put their foot in it, honestly.
Yeah.
Could be cool.
Is that it? Is that the Sony thing? Is that everything from the Sony thing?
Teagues, I haven't been looking at your list. I don't know what else is missing.
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay.
Well, hey everybody! Like you won't last 30 seconds playing this game.
Jesus Christ. Right. Are we doing other news today? Please say no.
No, there is no other news on the docket today.
Hey everyone, this has been our show. It's called Impossible Coin.
You see, and y'all fuckers want me to put like banter in there.
Hey,
Banter's
I shouldn't have had
important.
banter.
Banter is important.
banter's important.
I'm
Fine.
I
glad-
should not have bantered.
I'm glad you didn't put news in because we didn't need any more news. But
Yeah.
we did need your banter.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Anyways, this has been our show. It's called Impossible Coin. We do this every other
You
week.
see,
For most people,
You see.
this is Brian. For most people, this is going to look like a normal episode. It really
It
is.
is.
They're not going to be able to tell the difference between what we actually went through and what happens. And you know what that is? That's movie magic, podcast magic. My bad. I forgot we're not making movies right now. Anyways,
my dog didn't bark for them.
yeah, maybe a little bit. Only if it's funny. But you know, and as you guys know, if you want to, if you want to tell your friends about this little thing that we're doing, just let them know. You can find it wherever podcasts are found: iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Man, fuck SoundCloud. But there is one thing that I should highlight there is that our kid brother of the show, Big Sach, we miss you, buddy, produced the music at the beginning and end of this show. And you can find his work at soundcloud.com/Big Sach NJ. Also, I know he has a band. I don't know what the name of it is. We haven't checked in. Sach, please tell us the name of your band so we can it's
Properly
not pump them.
properly promote them.
Promote them on the show. We also have a logo that was designed by the illustrious Lauren Moran. You can find her on Twitter at Lauren Moran and consider donating to her Patreon. She has commissions and she does crazy good shit. We also have a Patreon. It's at patreon.com/Impossible Coin Podcast. Once again, please don't go to /Impossible Coin. It is a trap. We know. Please understand. And
Ironically, it's our trap.
if you want to talk to us, you can find us. Tegan and I stream twice a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, on twitch.tv/Impossible Coin. But if Twitch isn't your thing, you just find us on social media. Like, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Brian's on Twitter and Tegan's on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. But yeah, that's us.
I would like to take this time to shout out our Patreons who are patrons.
Patrons. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Oscar Garcia.
Hey, what up?
Thank you. The aforementioned Big Sach.
Hey.
Thank you. Joe Spiro. the grandfather of this show.
True enough. We miss you, Stu.
Thank you. Stuart Templeton, the eccentric uncle of this show.
Stu!
Valid.
Thank you. Sighard Albrecht, a.k.a. the premier waifuologist Sig. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you to Tuan Castillo.
Hey, Twan.
Yes.
Thanks, bro.
You fancy lad, you.
Oh, Twan's the fancy one. Got it.
Yeah.
Learning
He's,
new things every episode.
No, you know Twan. Twan, he is our premier scratching post purveyor. You know,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
he's a deepest regretter, a bonjour speaker, a festival hardbody stand, and an orange food eater himself. He also happens to listen to our show.
Amazing.
We have not had enough bonjour content on this show recently.
We've been talking about the French for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get to talk about him some more later. Especially when Splatoon comes out and the fucking Eiffel Tower is trashed in the desert.
God, I've also been meaning to dig into Windjammers 2 and figure out what the French are up to there.
Jesus Christ. That's very real. All right. Peace.
Bye!
Exception